Louder!
And it's time for the Gore N More podcast.
Gonna have a good time.
Gonna have a good time!
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
We're going on now.
A ball break, walking hand in hand in the moonlight. We'll be the sweet soul there. I swear we'll never part.
We're going on now.
A ball break, running in the sand, feeling alright.
And what's going on, Gorehounds? Welcome to the Gore N More podcast. I am your not so mean Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D. Bringing this shit show in. I'll bring this shit show in alone. No. For with me, as always, are my beloved horror brethren. Starting it off with that Chad Daddy, that Dark Lord of Knowledge, that Chattahoochee, Mr. Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
We have the Duke of the Dead, Lord Scuba the Dean of the Deceased, Mr. Steve Vasquez.
I like turtles.
Yeah, you do. And we have that killing machine, that beloved Meat Mountain, Mr. Bobby Amone.
Good evening, everybody. Happy Labor Day to you.
Yes, happy Labor Day.
Labor Day to all the hardworking Americans out there and those that aren't hardworking or working at all or outside of the country. Happy Monday.
Yeah. Happy Monday to you all, too.
You don't get to celebrate.
Yeah, I guess
No.
not. But no, it's today's a good day. We got the whole crew back together finally after a couple week hiatus of switching around spots. But we are all here today to review 2022's Studio 666.
Yeah.
Fucking A, man. And yeah, I'm excited to do that. But before we do that, we're going to do what we always fucking do. And that is talk about what we did in the past weekend. So, Mr. Vasquez, you feeling up to it this week, buddy?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your
Fuck yeah, bro.
Right in the nutsack again.
Woof. Chad Daddy, does it still say Wishmaster? Did
Yes,
I
it
not-
does.
Where?
yes.
It does. It says it up
Hold
on
on.
I'm gonna
the
refresh.
top part.
No, I was gonna say it says it's correct for me.
Yeah. I ain't worried about it.
I'm not gonna worry about it.
All right. Yeah, it says Studio 666. So
Now it does. It
All
did
right.
finally change over.
Whoop. Popping in and out. All right, Scuba's back. Chad Daddy, how the hell have you been, brother?
No, not too bad. Just another normal 40-hour, 4-day work week. Had a nice 4-day weekend now because I didn't fucking feel like going in Friday and doing overtime.
Word.
And I don't think too many other people did. I actually ran into a coworker of mine today at Walmart, and he said he took tomorrow off, so he gave himself a 5-day weekend.
Fuck
Nice.
yeah.
Which I thought
Awesome.
about doing, I want to save because I got a personal day, and they actually give you your birthday off as a holiday. You can use it as a floating holiday whenever you want. And of course, my birthday was Saturday, so
Happy belated, by the
Happy
way.
belated birthday,
Yes,
Chad Daddy.
unrelated.
I'm not sure when I'm going to use that. I'll figure it out. Let's see, what else did I do? Didn't do much. Just kind of hung out. We've had kind of a chill. We were supposed to go up to my in-laws on Saturday, but
Okay.
Harper wasn't feeling good, so we just stayed home. And the wife surprised me with she's sitting there Friday, and she's like, "Well, I didn't get you anything for your birthday." She's like, "If you want, go on the PlayStation Store, order whatever game you want, pre-order whatever." So I'm sitting there looking. Then she's like, "Oh, I got to run to Walmart." She's like, I need to get some groceries and things like that." I'm like, "Okay." So she comes back, and then we're talking about different games, and I said, I want to pre-order this, pre-order that. By the way, so far I found surprisingly the new Assassin's Creed game, it has not jumped up in price to match the others. Like the regular PS5 games are all $69, $70. It's still down to $59 for the PS5 version. So when that comes out, I'm going to get the PS4 version because you get the free upgrade with that. So get the upgrade with that, and
That's
I'll play the
perfect.
PS5, and I'll let my son play the PS4 game.
Way to cheat the
Nice.
system, Chad Daddy.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's beautiful.
Damn the man.
So I figured, I'm probably going to get that. She's like, well, you can just wait and pre-order that right before it comes out and get all the extra bonus stuff. I'm like, yeah. So she comes out, and she and the kids snuck back there, and they made me some homemade birthday cards.
Nice.
Oh, nice. And then she hands me my present. She's like, surprise, I did get you something after all. And right before that, we were talking about games I wanted. And she's like, there's one game that I was going to get you, and I can't remember what it was. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, oh, yeah, it was God of War Ragnarok. That's what she fucking got me. She knew exactly what I was talking about.
Nice.
I
So
thought you had that for some reason already.
No, I had the last one. I didn't get Ragnarok yet.
Yeah, dude. Did Ragnarok come out on 4 or no?
No.
Was it just 5?
Just 5.
Word. Nice, dude. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, bro.
That's a fucking fun game. I love those games.
I'm jealous, man, because just God of War. What would you want to call that? The reboot? I guess I don't fucking know.
I guess you could call it that.
Because it is a reboot, but it's not.
It's a sequel too, so it's like
Yeah.
it's like Ghostbusters Afterlife. It kind of straddles both ends of that.
Either way, that game was fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
That thing, but no, it definitely like pushed the PS4 to its fucking limits, dude. So I can only imagine what this one does.
Graphically wise, this looks very impressive, and this is thinking you're talking like early days of the PS5, and it looks that good. So further on down the line, these games are just going to look even better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What's up, everybody in the chat? By the way, Gene,
and
Elizabeth, Heather.
Hi, Liz.
Elizabeth?
That's my girlfriend's sister, by the way.
Oh, nice.
Hello, girlfriend, sister.
And I think, like over the weekend, fucking Sony announced that they're raising their prices for their.
They did announce that for the
how much
PlayStation
it goes
Plus.
up.
Yeah, quite
It
a
goes
bit.
up $40.
Mhm.
That's an astronomical jump. And so many people are canceling it now.
They need to like, if they're going to do that, they got to add better incentives to having it.
They have to have better games for one on their.
Right.
So wait,
you
what
need
is-
to allow proper game sharing. So if let's say you and I share an account and I own a game, you should be able to play that with no time stipulation or any bullshit like that. On top of, if you do that, not saying, just always saying, because Xbox does it like, if 2 accounts share, only 1 account should have to buy the PlayStation Plus for both people to use it.
Yes, I completely agree on that.
Then that price
Because
makes sense because now you're paying for 2 people.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
even Nintendo has a family option.
Yes, they do.
You know what? I'll give shit to Xbox for that too, because Xbox has it, but it's only in fucking Canada. Why? I don't fucking know. But no, they need more family plans for that shit, dude. Especially like the way families are nowadays, where you have multiple generations gaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. So
Make your own system. I could do that. That's what I'm talking about right now, dude. But can't really share the games as well.
and it's expensive.
And it's
I
expensive.
don't have a grand plus to drop on a gaming computer right now.
Fuck it, bro. You don't need it. You got the PS5.
Yeah, I'm good. So what else did I do? Not much. Went up to the in-laws yesterday. We made smash burgers on the Blackstone.
There you go.
Those things are so good.
Fucking right.
Other than that, it was a pretty chill weekend. I went and took my car, got my oil changed and stuff today. Yeah,
All
that's
the
about
good,
it.
all the good shit.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, so that was my weekend. Scuba Steve, up to you, buddy.
I didn't do a damn thing. I worked literally all weekend at the bar.
There you go, bud.
From Friday to Saturday, I was running off of like 4 hours of sleep all total. Yeah, I was so exhausted. And then I had to work last night too. And yeah, so I didn't really do much, just that. I did get to hit up a garage sale that one of my daytime coworkers was having. And bought some cool stuff. I bought a Michael Myers H1 mask that she had.
Really?
Yeah, I bought a figure of the Crow that I had back in the day. It was one of those, I think it was McFarlane that came out with it,
Maniacs,
where he's standing there and he's got the flame crow around him.
Yeah.
Picked that up for $15. But the piece that I bought, because she posted pictures and I saw these guys laying on the table, and I said, "How much do you want for those?" She's like, $10. And I said, "For both of them?" She's like, "Yeah, $10." And I said, "I will take them." So I now own the Boondock Saints
Nice.
figures.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Now, these figures were discontinued because they lost the licensing rights for these figures. So if you can find these figures, they're worth a pretty good chunk of change. It's worth more in the clamshell than out, but this is like one of my favorite flicks, so I had to buy these. I've always wanted them.
First one, right? Not second one.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like them both.
I didn't like the second one, dude. I thought the second one was just too late in time for it to come out, and it was just like didn't need to happen.
Give me the third one right now. I'm good.
Really?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Are they supposed to make a third one?
Yep.
Is it sequel or prequel?
Sequel.
All right.
So
I heard rumors
know
that
the
was
guys
going
are old
to
as
be prequel,
shit
and I was
now.
like, I don't see.
Well,
how
they were
they're
supposed to
gonna
do a prequel series
that.
about the dad but I don't. I
Oh,
guess
that,
never,
would make sense. The dad in his youth. That way you can
Yeah.
just have completely different fucking actors. Shit,
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's all I did. I just worked, and then today, Mel and I didn't do much. I had planned on having a lazy day. I was supposed to go record Recycled Corn with Ben. So I asked her. I said, "Hey, can I go record?" She's like, "Yeah, we're not doing anything." I said, "Okay, cool." She gets out of bed, goes to the bathroom, comes back, and she's like, "Fuck!" And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "We have to go to my company's picnic thing that they're having today for Labor Day. It's this huge event that her company throws every year. They shut down all of the businesses that they own and have just like a huge bash for their employees." So we went there for a little bit. It was outside. It was hot as fuck. Some dude just like passed out, hit his head on the concrete. It was not a good time. So we
Sounds like
came
a
home.
party to me.
Yeah. Ambulance had to come and fucking pick him up and shit. And yeah, we came home and she had to leave because she had to go pick up her sons in San Antonio. And I'm here with you boys. That was my weekend. Bobby?
Wow.
My weekend was relaxing, and I had some good shit going on. But first, I need to do a shout out to the James Family Watch Party, which is my girlfriend's family. They are all watching this, as far as I know, on the big screen TV.
I saw
watching-
Rebecca.
Oh
on
no!
the-
You should have
watching-
told. You should have said
Oh,
that
yeah.
beforehand before I started cussing, Bobby.
No,
Oh, no.
no. She said, "Do your thing," and I said, "Okay." So that's why I'm like, well,
Damn it!
Let's talk about that salami for a second.
Oh yeah. Speaking of the meat mountain,
Oh my god. Anyway, but so Saturday I had a Halloween photo shoot all day from like 9 o'clock till about 4 o'clock. I did Michael Myers for most of it, and then I did a little bit of Jason for like Freddy versus Jason. I got some pictures back already. Those will be posted this week. It's the best I've looked as Michael, and I'm proud of that for sure. It's also featuring a mask that Mr. Lance McKinney, masked by Lance, made
Oh,
for me.
shit. Nice.
So
wow!
that will
Wow.
be.
You got your mask? Wow!
Wow, did I
What
know
is
that
it?
was going to happen?
What is it now, Lance? 3 years?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
3 years and
Something
counting?
like that, right? My Bob's
Lance,
got
I'm
2
sorry.
right now.
Still don't have my fucking remake mask? It's cool. It's in the mail, I'm sure.
So I had that going
Somebody
on.
tag
all day.
Lance quick.
Yeah, somebody tag Lance.
I had that all day Saturday, and then my girlfriend came over. We had dinner. We just chilled out, watched The Nun, because we're going to go see the second one with my friend this
I
coming
watched
Friday.
that as well, dude.
Dude, I'm excited for the sequel. You know, as I say, I hope it's
I'm
good.
so far behind on all those Conjuring.
Same.
I've only ever seen the first one.
The first one is you got to watch
haven't
the
seen-
first one.
I've only seen
Yeah.
Conjuring 1 and 2, and I haven't seen anything else. That's about it. So
That's
and
fair.
none of
Then
the,
that's
none of
honestly
the
fair.
Annabelles, none of the nuns. I'm sure there's something else I'm missing. Conjuring.
I
3,
know
okay.
every year they always bring out that little box set of all the movies at Walmart, and it's like $20.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just break down and
Yeah.
buy it this year.
Hey,
So
for
it's gonna be on the
$10,
shelf
so
practically.
you
Is
get-
it just
you
the
get 'em
James
all.
Wan collection, or is it the
I think it's
No,
just
it's
It's the
Conjuring 1
Conjuring
through
universe,
3.
all the Conjuring.
Yeah.
Conjuring
Oh, is it all of
Universe
them?
collection?
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all of them.
All right.
You could get it for like $10. Like,
Yeah,
for like what, 7 movies? I think.
I think.
It's not necessary, but you can throw in La Llorona.
See, I don't really
I'm
consider
not sure.
that.
I think. I
It
almost
is.
want to say I think
It
that's
is.
it.
The
It
priest-
is.
They changed it last minute to make it part of that universe because the priest is
Is
the
in-
priest from Annabelle, I think.
He's also the same priest, I think, that's in The Nun. If I'm
Yeah.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then Sunday it started off as our lazy day. We literally were just like, what do we want to do? So we took a drive up to Peddler's Village up in Pennsylvania. We went and had lunch, drank wine slushies, and just chilled out and fucking enjoyed the semi not so hot day compared to today, and didn't die out there. So that was nice. And then we came back and we had Cheesecake Factory for dinner. And chilled out, got to watch this fun movie, which we are about to talk
La-dee-da,
about.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
I'm fancy, but who says I'm wearing pants?
Cheesecake
Baby.
Factory gives me anxiety, man. There's too many choices.
Way too many choices.
I know that. No,
Yeah, have you
but-
ever been to one?
I
Yes.
think we
Yeah.
had
Oh my
this
god.
discussion Before.
We've done this before. Yeah. No. When you have over 200 fucking menus on your goddamn items, and those are just entrees, like go fuck yourself, dude. That's too many choices.
I just get the spaghetti because I freak out. I'm like, just give me the spaghetti.
Bro!
Just give me the spaghetti and meatballs.
What version of it do you want?
I haven't read a book that thick since high school, man. Don't make me do that. Like, fuck, that's ridiculous. Man.
We made it so easy though. We all just got burgers, and that was it. Like that was the, it was it. It was so well. That was easy, but
Burgers are
every
safe.
other time. Exactly. And then today was Labor Day. I was at a little barbecue for with a friend at my friend's house. She had a barbecue down at her house, and then now here we are talking about this fantastic movie. Well, that we're about to talk about. But first, we got to go up to John up here, and we got to hear what this motherfucker's been up to.
So I took a little family vacay. We went over to Lake George. It's about like 3.5 hours away from where we're at, a little north of Albany. And it was cool. It's a full tourist town. We went there. We've been there a few times, regardless. And so we went on the steamboat tour again, but this time we went at night, and they do a pirate tour, which is you know what? I was all for. It was cool as fuck because the captain literally just talked in fucking like a pirate the whole time, and he asked pirate questions to like all the kids in the crew, and then I don't know how they do it, but they must have went around to a bunch of people who owned houses around the lake, and they were like, hey, we're going around this time. Would you mind like volunteering? And maybe I don't know. I doubt they threw them money, but they must have just asked to volunteer or whatever. So anyways, the boat would go around and shoot off a cannon, and all these people would jump into the water off their docks, like acting like we shot them and stuff like that.
That's great.
So, and then there was another tour boat we went by, and they were doing the same thing. So that was our ship battle. So they had a bunch of guys dressed up as pirates on their boats too, and they were all shooting off cap guns and shit. I'm like, this is fucking awesome, dude. My 38-year-old ass is just fucking loving it with all these 8-year-old kids. Like, yeah, fucking
How many
pirates.
edibles did you have before that?
One solid candy bar of 300 mags. It was you guys say woo, but that's fucking nothing to me. That's just like, all right,
Yeah, because I would be the one passed out because I don't know how to handle that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's just me dealing with society. Like, that's nothing. And also having a little bit of good time. No, so that was cool as fuck. And then, so that's called the mini ha-ha. So the whole time the captain just called it the mini har-har. And I was just, that's all it was all fucking weekend. And even the daughter was all about it. We're like, the mini har-har. We are. And dude, the whole fucking hour tour was just that. It was awesome. And then the next day we did some little 7th grade history touring. We went to Fort William Henry, which, you know what, man, as you get older, that shit's actually a lot more entertaining. And not only entertaining, but also just like terrifying. And realizing what people had to fucking deal with 200 plus years ago, not just deal with in general, but also deal with during war times and just the shit. I mean, that's when technology always goes leaps and bounds, man, but it's always for the most fucked up reasons for sure. And it got me thinking on like, I know there's been a few out there and they were 360 PS3 era, but how come there's never been any like old school French and Indian or like Revolutionary War video games? There's been a few, like History Channel made a couple back in the day.
I mean,
a couple of them are all right.
There are a couple of Assassin's Creed games are in that era.
Are they?
Yeah, 3.
Oh, that's true. 3 was Revolutionary War. You're right.
4 was his grandfather. So
I guess I'm going more like I want like a Battlefield or a Call of Duty set like that. Like I want.
That'd be cool.
And there has been one where I remember doing it was first person shooter, but it was like you're from the future. So you start off using the old tech, but then all of a sudden you get like this rifle and you're just mowing down Confederates at a point. You're like, all right, well, this is a whole different game now. But like, yeah, man, just so case in point, we're learning about the weapons, dude. Obviously, that's the most intriguing point for me, for sure. And I'm just looking at these rifles, these muskets. I'm sorry, they're not rifles because even though they had rifle bore then, most muskets were smooth barreled. So not to piss anybody off, I don't want to get that wrong. But anyways, most of these. And the one dude that shot one off, he was shooting off a 2nd gen one. Most of these smooth barrel rifles were standing at 6 foot. Well, the average height of these motherfuckers were 5'6". These dudes all had fucking cannons on the side of them with an 18-inch bayonet on fucking front of that, dude.
Okay, just think about those muskets and think about your idea of wanting to do like a FPS.
Oh yeah, you're shot.
Imagine the time it's going to take you to reload.
No, that's what I'm saying. The game that I played did that. It was a full fucking reload circle where you would have to hold it, and it would be like the whole like dude's pouring the fucking thing and then pushing down the fucking thing, and it's like a 10-second fucking reload like for one goddamn shot, and you're just like, oh my god, but that's how they fucking had to do it, man. You know what I mean? Like it's either that or run and stab a bitch. But craziest thing I saw was they had grenade launchers in 1750s, bro, which I did not fucking know. Now, it's not a grenade launcher like you would think. It's literally just, instead of the bayonet, it's a metal cup attachment. And then you put your fucking grenade in there with a fucking wick like about this fucking long, and now you got a fucking 6 foot to fucking just shuck it, motherfuckers. And I'm just like, what the fuck, man? This shit is just. And they said, like, as these people were getting closer, they stopped using cannonballs and they were using musket balls in their cannons. So these dudes are using ship-style cannons, which are garrison cannons, shooting fucking 69 caliber musket balls, dude. Just
it's like
loaded.
a great big shotgun blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And literally, that's what they turned into. And the guys said the opposing forces, when they first came in and they started shooting at them with like about 150 yards, they were literally just legs to kneecaps left over, and that was about it. And I'm just like, fuck, bro. Could you imagine just walking into that? Just, I mean, that's the way to go, right? Like instant decimation. Like, hopefully you don't feel that shit. But they shot a cannon, and they shot it with 2 ounces of gunpowder. And they said the cannon they were shooting shoots a 6-pound cannonball. And normally they would actually use 2 pounds of gunpowder to shoot that fucker. And we just got the 2 ounces. And that thing was deafening as fuck. So pretty much anybody in these times were just deaf after the first fucking cannon shot. And they said the cannon that they were shooting, dude, can shoot up to 1,400 fucking yards. That's a fucking almost a mile, dude. Like, yeah, you ain't directing it, but man, you could still do some splatter damage at that point, especially if you're shooting mortars and shit. Bro,
That's so cool.
Fucking insane, man. So crazy fucking deep history lesson of death for sure. What up, man? What's up, Lance?
my God,
Lance?
Speak of the devil. Thank you for tagging him, Heather.
But yeah, so needless to say, that was a fun weekend. I got the sweet new Bigfoot hat up there too, because Adirondacks love the Bigfoots. So fucking A. And yeah, man, other than that, it's a tourist town. So it's like, you know how smoke shops like will just pop up everywhere and they're all the same fucking smoke shop. It's just like, you know, I'm not going to say who owns the smoke shop. We all know who owns the smoke shop, but they're all the same all across the board. Well, that's this place, which is t-shirt shops. And it's all those same fucking ghetto ass print t-shirt shits of like Vegeta and Goku and Adidas fucking tracksuits and crap. And it's just, they're literally store to store to store. Like there's like 3 of them sometimes next to each other. It's like, how do they even survive, dude? Like who's buying this shit? But apparently somebody is. But no, man, it was a fun time. We came home yesterday, celebrated my old man's birthday. So we went over there. He fucking, in typical man fashion, it's his birthday. So he cooked a fuck ton of meat for everybody else.
Dad.
Fucking right, dude. And it was, man. I got there. He's like, good. He's like, you can cut up the ribs. So I was like, all right, where are they? And he's fucking over there. Dude, this motherfucker made like 8 racks of ribs. And I was like, oh, wow. I was like, that's a lot of food. He's like, yeah, it's not even over. He's like, that whole crock pot spilled the chicken that your mom made because she didn't think anybody would eat the ribs. I'm like, who the fuck's not gonna eat the ribs? Like,
So yeah, pork.
Pork. But no, they're solid. And then they were also doing clams. Not my thing, but you know, I don't like eating loogies, man. That's what it feels like to me. Sandy loogies. Just
I mean, I don't eat them often, but now if you said mussels, I would have been like, that's going to me. Everybody else, fuck off.
Nah.
Oh yeah. Well, me and the kids love mussels. Like Steph's the only person in the house that does not like them.
I could
I
eat
don't
2
know if I've
pounds of
ever
them,
had
not even
mussels.
question.
I don't know.
Oh, mussels
Either
are
way,
so good.
Yeah.
I'm usually just not a seafood guy regardless. So, yeah. And then obviously I did not work today because it is Labor Day. So I enjoyed myself and I watched this movie this morning, to which I usually don't ever get to watch it the day of the podcast. So that's kind of nice.
Dude, I miss being able to do that too.
It's
I
definitely a
don't miss
privilege. I think it's a privilege.
It is.
You're dude. I woke up and it was the first thing I did today. So I was the most refreshed, the most at attention.
I wanted that to be the first thing I did this morning, but I got up, I'm in the bathroom, brushed my teeth, and here comes Harper. I'm like, you're hungry, aren't you? Yeah. So I had to go take her downstairs, feed her, wait for her to finish eating. By the time I got sat down and watched it, it was a good half hour later.
Gene, you are correct. Muscles was a great toy line. Fucking A, dude. I used to have some of those.
I
Shout
can,
out to Ben and Brody.
I can still smell them when you open up that fucking garbage can.
Oh.
Yours had that just raw
That
rubber
plastic.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm.
Never had.
But no, man. So yeah, watched that and then played some Xbox. Oh yeah, the wifey got me a new Xbox. I forgot to mention that.
yeah.
Yeah, we did see that picture. Very
Yeah,
nice.
rich guy there.
What's that?
Yeah, rich guy there with the new Xbox.
Yeah, totally. Because I'm just getting the things like, oh, I got you something. You guys know me. My cheap ass would have never bought that shit for myself. So she bought me that, and my first thought was, I'm like, well, I guess I'm working the next few weekends of overtime.
I hear that.
But you know what, man? I can't complain because I'm going to trade in my S and I'm going to trade in my 1 because I don't need that anymore because it's got the disc drive, so I can still rock the 1 games on that. And now Big Johnny D's finally got a legit 4K player.
Yeah,
So
buddy.
that's cool.
There you go. Yeah.
That is the one thing I'm absolutely jealous of with the Xbox is full backwards compatibility.
Yes, I love it, dude. I love that reason for Xbox, dude. Just because I own so many games throughout the generation, so it's just the fact that I could play them, even going back to 360 digitals or even Xbox OG digitals, and I can still play them on this shit, no problem. Like, thank you.
Yep.
It just makes your game library that much more ridiculous when you're like, what do I want to fucking play? Nah, I don't fucking know, dude. Too many. But yeah, I'm ready to talk about this.
Yeah,
fucking
let's
movie.
get on. Let's get on.
Yeah,
the
let's
movie.
do this.
Is 2022's Studio 666. This is a Scuba Steve pick. So Scuba, take it away, homie.
Legendary rock band Foo Fighters move into an Encino mansion steeped in grisly rock and roll history to record their much anticipated 10th album. Once in the house, Dave Grohl finds himself grappling with supernatural forces that threaten both the completion of the album and the lives of the band. Directed by B.J. McDonnell, Hatchet 3, Dead Island. Written by Jeff Bueller, The Midnight Meat Train, Pet Sematary. Rebecca Hughes, Grounded for Life, Cracking Up. Produced by John Ramsey, Hijacked, Ghosted. James A. Rhoda, Sound City, Sonic Highways. Starring Bobby.
Dave
Starring
Grohl.
Bobby.
Tenacious. Oh, starring me. I didn't know. I was
Yeah.
in- That's a fuck up. Starring Dave Grohl, Tenacious D, The Pick of Destiny. Bill and Ted, Face the Music. Lead vocals and guitar. Taylor Hawkins, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Taylor.
CBGB, Duncanville, drums. Ramey Jaffe, am I saying that right?
Mhm.
Okay. Happily Divorced, keyboards and piano. Nate Mendel, Our Burden is Light, bass guitar. Chris Shiflett, Made in Hollywood, Duncanville, guitar. Pat Smear, The Book of Mason, Citizen Tayana, whatever, guitar. Whitney Cummings, Whitney, Two Broke Girls as Samantha. Will Forte, Matt Gruber, Weird.
I was
Al
so
Yankovic
happy, dude,
story.
when he showed up, and you didn't see him at first, but you could kind of see his side profile. And I'm just like, oh, is that him? And then it just gives you that front. I'm like, yes, dude, awesome.
As Darren Sandelbaum. Jeff Garland, Curb Your Enthusiasm. The Goldbergs as Jeremy Schill. Leslie Grossman, popular American Horror Story as Barb Weems. Kerry King as Krug. Jenna Ortega, Wednesday, Screams 5 and 6 as Sky Willow. And Marty Madalus, close enough. Teen Wolf Smile as the Caretaker. Body count total, 11. Chad?
Is he the dad from Teen Wolf?
I think he is, yeah.
I've never watched Teen Wolf.
Like that, we're talking.
Was it
OG Michael
MTV
J.
Teen Wolf or?
No.
I think it's, yeah, it's
Oh,
on
okay.
TV.
Okay, never mind. I don't even consider that
The
Teen
fake Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
I only know Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson.
Michael J.
Dude,
Fox.
The worst,
Michael J. Fox.
the worst thing is they made a Teen Wolf movie based on the TV series.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they made a Teen Wolf movie that was like a sequel to the TV series.
You know what the problem was? Is they did what like the new Fresh Prince did, and they just didn't leave with it. They didn't let it be funny anymore. They wanted
Yeah,
to
they
be
made
like
it
dramatic
serious.
and
Serious.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? Go fuck yourself, dude. Like, that's not the original fucking shit. If you're gonna do that, just make something new.
Yep, exactly.
Anyways,
Okay, music by Roy Mayorga, Nanny Cam, The Suicide Flowers. Cinematography by Michael Delatorre, Books of Blood, Brightburn, and
Oh, no
Eric Leach, Intruders, and SEAL Team. edited by Byron Wong, another dirty movie, The Hungover Games.
Oh my god! So both fucking just parody shit
Yep.
movies, dude.
Effects and makeup by Ilya P. Popov, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Thor, Love and Thunder.
Wow.
Yeah. That dude's he's done a lot of shit.
I mean, yeah, the effects we had in this movie, like of practical wise, were fucking awesome. So
Yes.
I ain't gonna.
And what's
shit on
really
nothing
funny is
there.
there's a lot of, and going in, and I think it's in my notes that there's effects where people thought it was digital, and it's not. It's actual practical effect. Like the whole fucking thing with the chainsaw, and we'll get to that later. That was all practical.
Oh,
That
bro.
was
that was chef's kiss for that fucking movie, for sure.
And the thing that made that scene perfect though was the fucking song choice too.
yes. Oh,
Honestly, I was so distracted by everything else, I'm already forgetting the song, dude. Like,
Dude, it was the Lumberjack from freaking
Yeah.
Jackal.
okay, yeah, but still,
Love that song.
I'm still more just like taking everything on the scene.
Okay, distributed by Universal Pictures, runtime of 106 minutes, rated R. I don't know the budget since it was filmed in secret. I couldn't find anything, but it did make $3 million.
fair enough.
I want to say they probably spent more on that on the budget, but maybe not.
It's hard to say.
Because they used this house as their actual recording thing for their other album. So if that's all just like done under the same money preference, they saved money doing
It could have been a tax write-off.
easily, dude.
Probably.
Fucking A, bro.
Are you kidding
So
me?
gross
Dave,
$3 million.
Dave definitely just went like this. Like, I'll fund it and use it as a tax write-off.
Now, I do feel that this one was a little, how do I want to say, it just wasn't put out there as much. Like, I remember it coming out last year, but it felt like the ad campaign was very fast for it.
It was.
Like, it was like 2 weeks, it came out, and then you didn't fucking hear about it again. You're like, And like Scoobs was the only motherfucker that I knew that went and saw it.
Yeah, we were
Personally.
trying to go see it, but then all of a sudden, like 2 weeks later, I'm like,
Yeah, it was
where'd
gone.
the movie go?
So, comicbook.com has the production budget as 0.
That can't be. Why can't
I-
Zero. Can't be.
What if
Unless they threw it together as like a fun project while
yeah,
they
I
were
was gonna say,
recording.
what if you did it? What if you budgeted it as like B-roll or documentary footage for the making of that album, but then you just made a movie out of it instead?
I could see him doing that.
That feels like a very like Dave Grohl,
That's a very
kind of
do.
like.
And I feel like them getting Byron Wong to edit this was kind of a good choice since he's only done parody movies, because this is essentially just a parody fucking horror movie.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
not
much.
wrong.
It
Not
had some
wrong.
fucking Evil Dead shit in it. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, 100% Evil Dead.
This could very easily be in the same universe.
yeah.
Dude, we got Evil Dead, we had Burning, we had some Friday 13th reference
Yep.
in there, or maybe questionable, I'm not sure.
The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Texas
Oh my
Chainsaw
god, yeah, dude.
Massacre.
Oh my god, it was all.
Oh
that
my
was-
god.
The whole scene where the delivery guy's walking up the stairs and that light's shining above and he looks up and like, oh, that's the Exorcist.
Exorcist. Yep.
That's a very famous scene from The Exorcist.
That whole scene where they find his body, I know we're jumping around here at this point. I know we're in general discussion, but when they just come out and Dave Grohl first just looks at the ranch, he's like, yeah, sees the body,
He
just,
was
Oh my
more-
god.
he was
He was more horrified
at
by the
ranch.
ranch. Yeah.
the ranch.
You can never
No.
have enough ranch.
Well, I was gonna say, even when he picked up that little ranch when the guy was killed, he's just like,
Yeah.
didn't have enough ranch. And he looked around just quizzically, like,
Oh, fucking A, man.
So I got to watch this movie in theaters.
You did.
I'm a huge Foo Fighter fan. I fucking love the Foo Fighters. I love, anything that they fucking put out. Their music has always been very influential for me. And I love the fact that Dave Grohl played the fucking devil in Pick of Destiny and in the video for Tribute.
Yep. As well.
So, he's not that he's a great fucking actor, because you can tell
no.
whether it was done purposely or not. To me, though, that was the funniest part of this movie, is how fucking stiff they are in their acting chops. And
Yeah.
Pat,
I think that was
I
intentional.
fucking loved
Dude,
Pat.
That was
I
the
would have
best.
been Pat the whole time.
Dude,
That just would have been me.
Pat was like the best part of this fucking movie. He was so just like
Thank you, Bros, man.
innocent.
Thanks, buddy.
thank you, boss.
Poor
Yes,
Pat.
it was
He didn't
for
even have.
Slipknot.
He didn't even have a fucking bedroom.
He did.
Yeah.
That's because
Sleeping
that's where
on
he
the
felt the
counter.
safest. It was in the fucking counter in the kitchen.
Oh, no, I love it when the lady comes in. It's like, oh, hi, Pat. Why are you sleeping down here? It's the most comfortable spot I could find.
But like even in his most panic moments, dude, he's still like when he's trying to be kind of a dick and telling somebody to fuck off, he's still like smiling about it. So
Yeah.
And I think he only screams that one time when they're hiding under that little
Yeah.
fucking
Like-
when they're watching Dave grind up fucking Taylor.
oh
And
yeah.
that's the only time he like screams and he's like, "Ha!" And then just like takes off running all fucking goofy and shit.
He fucking the tracksuit he was wearing towards the end of that movie. I'm just like, yo, dude.
Dude, I liked when he was in his
I want
jammies
the
most of the time,
I want the
dude.
tracksuit. I want the tracksuit.
But you know what? I give it to Dave because
He sold it.
he sold it. He did. And it's like, this, and like he's got to put on, he's not, yes, he's playing himself, but he's also playing a character version of himself. So could he be that douchey in real life? Maybe.
Well, I
Is
think
he?
that's-
Probably not.
I'm pretty.
that's
I
when
think that was
they-
just from him being possessed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
And
that
I
he was
think
like
that's
really
where-
chill and cool.
And that's when the rest of the band members noticed it, man. Because like Dave Grohl, I feel like Dave Grohl just wears his heart on his sleeve. Like if you
Yeah.
watch any of his shit, you know what I mean? So like, yeah, dude, if he started telling people to fuck off all the time, outside of normal friendship dynamics, because clearly there's going to be that level of stuff. But then there's going to be where he's starting to be like he's a dick to the neighbor chick. You know what I mean? He's not a dick to her when they first met. He's a little like taken off by her.
I
But
think the real
Yeah.
Dave Grohl, like, have you seen that commercial? It's a more recent commercial where he's like, they're taking a break from recording. Dave Grohl's like thanking every little piece of equipment in the studio. He's like, oh, thank you, volume knobs, for, you know,
no.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah.
I think that's the real Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
I would agree.
But this movie was like, it is though. It's like, I don't know if they're actually good enough at acting to where they're pulling off bad acting.
Or if they're just bad actors. And
Yeah,
it just
like
works.
it just happens to work. And I feel like Grohl does have enough acting chops to where maybe he could play that card a little bit. Maybe the rest of the other ones not so much.
Well, see, but
See,
that's
I don't know
that's
how
what I
Pat
loved
is in
about
real
that.
life, though. Is
I
Pat
just feel like
really
he was
that
having a
just
good
like,
time, dude.
Yeah,
Like-
but he just felt like he was a giant child. Like if
Mm-hmm.
if he was like a toddler in a man's body, you know what I mean? Like he was just so innocent throughout the whole fucking
All right, that's not
movie.
me.
And it was just he was my favorite character
Oh,
in the
absolutely.
fucking movie. Like I fucking just loved it. When Dave fucking knocked the Doritos out and he just looked like a kid that just got the fucking candy
Bro,
taken from them.
That was a brand new bag of ranch Doritos.
Yeah,
I would have
that
been
was
upset
horrible.
too, man. Those are my favorite. Speaking of which, can we just say that Doritos definitely paid for half of this fucking
Oh
movie?
yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
yes.
The ad placement spots, I felt like I was playing Ghostbusters 09, bro. Like, holy shit. It was Doritos every five
It was
fucking
like that
minutes.
scene in Wayne's World too.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were
yeah.
like,
Oh,
oh. Know it perfectly.
Yep.
It is,
I
dude.
love-
They're like unwrinkled bags. They're like perfectly like,
Speaking of
Placed
sponsors,
ugh, if only. I don't know if I'd want that sponsor, but the money would be sweet.
But I love that Dave was just
Mountain Dew energy.
so eccentric for this movie, and everybody else was literally just like this. You good?
yeah,
You literally good, bro?
Dude,
So,
every time Dave was a dick to somebody, it just made me laugh.
Yes.
Right at the beginning, right after he got possessed, and they're all getting together to start recording, and they're all like, let's do this.
Wait.
Nate's
First
like-
off,
Nate's like, yeah, let's get to work. Dave, fuck you, Nate. Don't tell me what to do. I died.
I loved it every time that when they went to do the song. All right, guys, count it off. 2, 3. No, wait.
No.
You do like 5, 6,
5, 6, 7.
8,
You mean like a dancer?
It's-
Like a fucking dancer counts off?
and then the last
Then what was the next
only
one?
odd.
Odd?
No, only odd
numbers.
numbers this time. 1, 3, 7, or 1, 3, 5, 7.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, intro I felt was a really good suck in because we got some great gore
Yeah.
right off. We got this girl getting attacked, but then we got some weird flash scenes of like that one dude on the fucking stair with his jaw just completely fucked.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I thought we had a really good intro without necessarily having any band members or anything, but at least like setting up like, okay, spooky house. Cool. Dude, just the intro though, the next scene, the intro of the band, I was dying during that scene just from the quote. Be like, wait a minute. So you got to blow your own dick into your own mouth. You're saying this like your own dick has been in your own mouth before. I love that this was a 5-minute conversation in this
Yeah.
fucking movie.
Hi,
That
honey.
was hilarious.
Hey,
Mel.
the manager also helped make that scene. It was the band and that manager. He was wonderful.
Was this after or before he got canned off of Goldberg?
I think it was before.
Was it before?
Yeah, because
I almost feel like it might have been after, but I don't
think
know.
he got canned last year
Yeah, but
What
this
did he
was
get?
last year.
This was
Yeah.
March last year.
But what did he get canned for again?
for being a.
Oh yeah. Or wait, no.
What? I
Was
thought
it
he was just being an a-hole. I didn't think he
What?
did anything
I don't remember.
sexual abuse-wise. I thought he was just
No, I
like,
think it was just being an asshole on set. or
yeah, he was
something.
just like super fucking just a prick.
Okay, I was thinking of someone else because I'm like, why did he get fired again?
I could be completely wrong on that, so
I don't
But I
don't
mean, he
listen
was
to
a comedian before this. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So he was already a. I mean, I don't know what the fuck they expected him to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But dude, we got so many like the scene between. And I wish I wrote down the two guys, but it was the one dude who was wearing the Speedo later.
Oh,
that
fucking Romy.
I mean,
okay. So when he was talking to the buddy there, and he was like, "Yeah, like last time I hung out with your grama."
Oh, yeah.
That weird
Oh my God,
slow
that was
down.
so great.
That
Oh,
weird
that was
slow.
so
Stay away
funny.
from my booby. You just hear intimate grandma moans in your background. I'm like, what is going on? What is happening? I need to know.
It wouldn't have worked as well without the sound effect. The flash.
No. You needed that weird slow down. Just that was like, I think I laughed almost the hardest at one of that moment, dude. I was like, I wanted that to go back to that for some reason. I don't know why, but
No,
it was so random.
one of my favorite moments with him though is when Dave is like, "Guys, I have an idea," and he goes to his room and he sees him wearing the Speedo, and he's like, "Is that mine?"
Come on.
Is that mine? Yeah.
I laughed pretty
Is
hard
that one
at
of mine?
fucking line.
He's like, "Yeah, I stole it." He just goes, "Yeah."
Dude, we got a fucking Lawrence Welk reference in this.
Yeah.
movie. Like, I felt old the fact that I even know what Lawrence Welk fucking is, because I can only imagine half of the people watching this do not.
Dude, how
No.
about
Oh, the Lionel Richie cameo.
Oh
Kinda-
yes,
You just dropped out, Chad Daddy.
Yeah, you dropped out, Chad.
damn it? Must have bumped
there,
it.
You're good.
there you go.
But yes, Lionel Richie. That was
That's my song.
That's my song.
That's
I love
awesome.
that
Love that
fucking
song.
song. Dude, and when he cussed, I was like, Lionel! Oh my God, Lionel!
And it's
You know
in my
what?
notes. It's in my notes, but all those F bombs was Lionel Richie's idea.
Fuck yeah.
I was
Makes
singing
sense.
that song as Dave was playing it, and all of a sudden Lionel came in. I'm like, "Yo, he just ruined it."
Dude,
for
because it's
second.
such a
It's
throw
an
off.
iconic. It's such
Yeah,
an iconic
it's
song.
I
It's
can
so
see
throw
it
off
in
because
your
it's an
head, Dave.
iconic song, but it's like, okay, Dave Grohl, you're singing this, you know, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then fucking out of nowhere, Lionel Richie.
my song.
So-
No, honestly, all the dream sequences were even cool in this movie, dude.
Mhm.
Like, I liked when this buddy was coming in, he was floating above him. I liked when we first got the actual like demons like ripping up Dave Grohl, because like it was weird, because like it was kind of creepy, but it was also like cartoonish at the same time. So it was like a weird. I didn't know how to feel, but I liked it. Like
What did that scene remind you all of?
a little bit of everything, dude.
No, 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 no,
Kind of
just-
remind me of
just
the
the-
dreams.
The,
Remind me
no,
of the
the
dreams
rip
from
from Ghost. The ripping out or the actual
the,
demon?
the ripping out. I'm like, there's two movies that came
Day
to
of the
mind
Dead?
right away.
It's
Day of
one
the Dead
them.
and Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
When all the intestines, I'm like, oh.
So I was thinking of the Phantasm scene where he wakes up in the graveyard in front of the tall man, and then zombies
Oh,
around him.
yeah,
I was
that's another good
okay,
one
there's
there, too.
that. And then the ghost or the demons from the end of Ghost, because that's exactly what
Yeah.
they reminded me of. Those little like shadow red eye fucking. Yeah.
I actually haven't seen that, so I.
Oh really?
No, I
Patrick
actually
Swayze
haven't.
putting it on fucking ghost mode.
And all I'm saying is that was completely the fucking Necronomicon. We can agree
Oh,
that
Oh,
was Necronomicon,
bro,
right?
they-
Or it was
Made
a
of
version
flesh,
of it.
you
Too.
Fucking activated by blood, like
I do like that they mentioned Crowley with
Yeah.
it though. I was
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yes.
cool. Getting a little different here. We're actually going like legit demon name.
Another fucking funny part is when those two are sitting there reading through the book and they're going over the symptoms, the signs of possession.
Oh,
the
Dave doing a-
masturbation. Dave,
Wait, he
what are
did
you
that
doing
already.
in there?
He did that already. Does that disqualify him?
I like
He's
the
like
floating
the one
part
he's
of
like
that
randomly
scene.
floating.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
he
Like,
floats in.
L sharp.
I loved it though when he threw up all the crap that he ate right beside the pool.
What the-
And he's just like, ugh.
See, now that was a kind of a. I wasn't sure how to take that because he said it because he drank the pool water, but I was like, oh, maybe Dave's still possessed because I wasn't. That's where I was kind of going with that, but
yeah.
I did write down the quote, and I hope it's the right way. But it's like, man, you had musical constipation and then you just took a musical shit all over
Yeah,
us.
that's right. That's correct. Yeah.
Like,
That was
there's
Taylor that
so
did it.
many stupid fucking lies, dude, that it was just hilarious. in
But
this
it
movie.
worked on every level too.
Oh, it did.
See, and as I'm watching this, like, you know, because Mel's kind of watching it too, not really, but we had already seen it. So I'm just like, we're watching, like, man, I hope the guys enjoy this as much as I do. And like a stupid part would happen. And I'm like, man, I hope John's laughing the way I did at this fucking
Oh, bro,
scene.
I was dying laughing. My wife, she's like, "Is it that good?" I was like, "It's stupid, but it's fucking like
but see,
the parts that are funny are fucking
funny. Yeah.
Yes.
There does feel like there's a little bit of lag in between when like Grohl gets possessed and then the first kill kind of happens because you're just expecting something to happen and it's just feels kind of build up. You probably could have taken like 10 minutes out of there. It would have been
That's
fine,
what I thought this movie needed to be a little bit shorter. And
just felt a little long.
My one complaint is the ending will drag too long.
The third act. I
third
wrote
act
that
was
down.
way too long.
The first two acts totally had me. That third act, I was like, bro, you could have cut that shit by 15 minutes.
Like even the whole time of them trying to get that van started, I'm like, you could have cut this down by like a minute. Like,
because you already knew how the kills
were
were
there.
You already knew Pat was going to get run over just the way they fucking set him up and they set all this other shit
But
up.
the way he got run over.
Yeah.
And
that
I was
good.
not expecting that dude to get poked in the eye.
What the fuck was he doing to jumpstart that?
I don't know. Because
I
you're not.
They do that.
It's
Unless
an old
he was
70s van, so there might have been like a cable or something
The
underneath.
only thing I could think of is he's like either was trying to hit another cable or he was trying to unground the van to where he could just like, you know what I mean? Like he could just spark the whole van and like make it positive, but I don't know if you can do that.
Couldn't you electrocute the van that way?
I would
don't
think.
know.
I would think, but you're also going only off the battery. I don't know, dude. It is what it is. It works. I question how far that thing jammed up to hit that dude in the eye. Because I did not. He's like wiggling it like this, and all of a sudden it goes up 4 more fucking feet to stab him in the eye. I was like,
well, that's what I was going to say. Is like, did that go through the floor or did it come through something else?
It looked like it actually came through the steering column.
That's what I meant.
Well,
Like,
I thought it came through the dash.
Oh,
I mean, still cool because I was almost wondering if those guys weren't going to get killed off. In this,
I was
and like, nope, they got killed off for sure.
Yeah, that
no, go ahead, Chad.
That whole chase scene, I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, you know what? I could see this being a fun chapter for Dead by Daylight.
Just had the Foo Fighters in there.
Yeah.
Why not? Dave Grohl is the
great.
fucking possessed monster.
How great would that be?
Or Dave Grohl as a survivor. One of the two.
Yeah, both. You can have both. Fuck it.
Yeah. I see the whole time though I was like, I hope Pat lives. I'm like, don't kill Pat. I'm like, please don't kill Pat.
I kind of even
It's like Nate. Okay.
And this might be stupid or basic, whatever. I like the simplicity of the look of the gardener killer.
Yeah.
Essentially. Like I like
Yeah.
he looks like the farmer from Babe. But I was just like, he's just going around killing motherfuckers like the burning. You know what I mean? Like that's a good pig.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do, pig. That's right. No, man, this 100%. This is an off chapter of Evil Dead. This could be part 3B of the Evil Dead series, Ash vs. Evil Dead series.
This is when Ash gets sucked into the portal and just continuously goes to different fucking dimensions, and
fucking
this is one of the ones he fucking lands in.
But I now see if Ash, like, let's just say Ash showed up at the end of this movie. I could see him looking at like Dave and all of them, just like, boy, you guys really fucked this up worse than me. And it's like, we learned from you.
I'm still surprised that Jack Black did not show up in this movie. It just
that's
feels very fitting that he should have.
Yeah.
But like I said, we were discussing this before, maybe because it was filmed in secret during the pandemic and he couldn't.
Right.
He
It's possible.
Couldn't be there,
Yeah, a lot of shit was fucked up during then, who knows? And the fact that these guys were already locked in a house together to be able to record an album, and they were like, yo, all these people here, why not do this at the same time? I could see why that worked. But
well, we also left out real quick that John Carpenter was in this, and we were all like, wait a minute.
yeah,
is that
so
him?
that was for anybody that feels bad that they didn't recognize or instantaneously recognize John Carpenter's movie, don't feel bad because all 4 of us did that shit.
Yeah, we were all questioning because you see him, it's like, is that John Carpenter? By the time you see him for the last time driving off, you're like, that is definitely John
It
Carpenter.
literally takes 3 times to see him for me to recognize that it's him.
So, during those scenes, I'm like to Rebecca, honey, that's John Carpenter. Who? I'm like, it's John Carpenter. Look.
Well,
she's like, who? And I'm like, it's John Carpenter, the director of Halloween. She goes, oh, I'm like, wow, it took me all that time to realize who I was saying who it was.
Yeah, I don't know why, like, it just didn't instantaneously wreck. Maybe because he looked a little bit more disheveled than he usually does. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know what
he
it
did.
was, but he didn't talk a lot either, so you didn't really get to hear his voice as much until like that 1/3 scene with him in it.
Yeah, and he said something. I'm like, knew it.
But he just has that disgruntled man look, and you're just like, yeah, that's Carpenter, dude, like right there. But no, it's cool that he did this, and I'm sure Chad Daddy's got why in his notes that he did this, so I won't go into that.
We'll leave that.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I did write down specifically just the line "I love Pat." I think that was the scene.
By the way, I love
when Barb. What's that?
Pat, I love that Pat is off to the right of all of our faces over here on the
Yes,
screen.
Yes.
I think it was the scene where she comes in and the kitchen's a wreck, and he's like, "Yeah, I used to sleep here, but clearly not anymore." So I just sleep here on the floor. Oh, that's right, because she thought he was dead, and he was just laying next to the fucking jelly all over the floor. Like, I love those stupid.
She
setups.
walks in and sees the big mess. She looks up. It's on the. How did they get it on the ceiling?
Don't question it.
Don't question it. They're rock stars.
Oh, fucking A, bro. Let's see. Oh, this was another thing I wrote down, and I loved it. Was what's her name? The neighbor lady. When they're like, all right, why don't you bring him down to me and I'll try to get the ghost out. And then she
it's just I'll get it out the old way.
Yeah, and they're like,
Absolutely
what?
not.
She's like, sorry, old habits die hard. And it's like,
I'll suck it out the old way.
You used to fuck ghost? What? Oh. Yeah, no, this movie was a full out trip, man. I wish personally I knew more about the Foo Fighters going into this, because I feel like I would have enjoyed it that much more. Like, I already enjoyed it, but I only know like surface level Foo Fighter shit, dude. I'm not even gonna try to play that game.
I love, when he has the writer's block and he's like, I've come up with 2 new riffs.
Oh, yeah. He plays Learn to Fly and
Learn to Fly and fucking Everlong. I'm like, oh my God, it's fucking great.
But the best part of that is the look on his face, like, shit, I wrote my best songs already, and they're all just like, really? Yeah, as a Foo Fighters fan, like Steve, like this movie was just gold all around.
It's a great, and it's not a great horror movie.
No,
by any means necessary, but it's comical,
a fun time,
and it's a fun watch. The effects are fucking awesome. The gore is superb.
Now this is one where I feel like this is a good, not right off the bat, but maybe 3rd, 4th movie into a Halloween movie marathon at a party.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like, maybe this is getting to the wind down, but this is still going to keep enough people's attention because they're not that tired. They're going to be like, yo, what's this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this would be a great one to watch with a group of people.
Yes.
Oh, and can we talk about the cheesy but great lightning effect when the guy's getting electrocuted?
Oh, yeah.
When Krug is getting electrocuted, I'm like, Jesus Christ, what is this? Fucking Friday the 13th? What's going on here?
Fucking Grohl just kicks it out of the wall.
Don't touch me, still hot.
You know what's weird though is like watching this movie and having that weird realization of like bands that I really used to love are just old as fuck.
Dude,
I don't know why in my head, but I still have like Learn to Fly age in my head for what they should look like.
No,
and now I'm seeing that, I'm like, oh, we're old. Fuck, dude.
His age is definitely showing. You could, I mean, I'm not one to talk about bags under the eyes, but his
no, but
and you could tell.
He looks tired.
Like we said, rest in peace, Taylor. But you could tell he had some kind of problems going on. There was a scene, one of the scenes where when Dave comes out and he's like, let's just finish the song. It's the scene we're talking about where he's like, you're gonna come in with Taylor's standing there and his jaw's just like, you know what I mean? Yep. And you get that from having a lot of like drug use and stuff. So watching it the first time, I didn't notice it. Watching it this time,
well, now you know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the sad part is like this came out. They had that gig in South America, and he was gone.
And he was gone.
You think? Do you think that it would be easy for them to watch this movie again then, with that happening, or would it be that much hard? Like,
I think if you're going on like good memories, yeah, but I think it's also hard because they all had to.
Yeah.
Right. No, I'm just like, it's cool that they got to do it before anything like that happened. So they do have that memory that they could always fucking like go back and watch. I'm just, it's just one of those. I know we've discussed it before in other movies where like people have passed. So like other people just haven't watched the films that they've been in because somebody else has passed. So, but no, man, this is I feel like this was a super solid pick, Steve. I thank you for that. I'm glad I got to watch it.
I enjoyed it.
And you know what? Just like all of us being back this week, we also have Brody back this week. So that way I don't have to butcher a fucking Australian accent again.
That was your Australian accent was a highlight. That was
fucking Australian Southern Australian accent. A little bit of British in there. I don't know what
Far south. Or deep south.
Fucking right. All right, let me pull up Mr. Brody here.
Well, howdy fucking doody there, folks. It's your DKB here back for another episode of Gore N More. And this week I am here to talk to you about Studio 666. Going to keep it short and sweet this week. My voice is still fucked. Going to dive straight into it. Chucked this film on, enjoyed it for what it was. It was on my to-watch list for quite some time now. I definitely have a problem with the runtime of this film. It definitely didn't need to go for an hour and 40 fucking minutes. A lot could have been cut out of this film for me to enjoy it even more so. Just felt like it was just trying to drag itself along for no fucking reason. Like the outcome in the end was just like, we could have wrapped this up in a nice, neat little package in about an hour and 20 minutes. So, yeah. That was probably my only problem with this film. Oh, and other than the fact that they definitely should have made the killer in this film Courtney Love. Yes. Probably going to get a bit of flack for that, but I just do not give a fuck.
Wow.
Positives of the film. Like I was saying, I enjoyed it for what it was. I enjoyed the premise. I love the cameos in this film, especially in the music industry and horror industry. I mean, John Carpenter shows up as the fucking mixer in this, one of the studio producers. So that was really fun to see him in there because that's his niche in real life if he's not making films, for the people out there that don't fucking know. But yeah, it was great to see Kerry King in this. It had a cameo. That was fun. Fun little fact that I figured out by myself. It was great to see there was a bloke that worked with Kerry King in this film with the eye patch. Now, he was the lead actor and assassin in the Slay music videos for their last album, the Repentless trilogy. So it's cool to see him in them and then in this with Kerry King. And then that sort of made me think maybe the director of this directed them. So I went and sussed it out and it was. So that was a really cool little tie-in with that there. All the horror homages in this film. I mean, we get like Day of the Dead, The Exorcist, a bit of the Amityville Horror, Evil Dead, whatever it is. Yeah, there's a few shots in the cinematography, especially when the delivery guy rocks up for the first time and we get that Exorcist shot where the priest rocks up at Reagan's house outside, the infamous, famous fucking post or whatever. So that was really cool tie in there. But yeah, the overall premise of this film is it's a neat. I definitely like how it's a cool play on the Slipknot, how they were able to utilize and record one of their albums in a haunted mansion. I can't remember which album it was, but it felt like that, and especially the Nine Inch Nails and Marilyn Manson. I think where they recorded a couple of songs in the Sharon Tate house, or Roman Polanski as it would say so. So yeah, I kind of felt like it was a really cool, neat little tie-in with all that bullshit. But yeah, it's good shit. So there was one kill in this film that I absolutely pissed myself laughing at, and I fucking love it. It's probably my favourite kill of the whole entire film, especially not for the practical effects. I mean, the practical effects in this is fucking awesome, but it was more so directed for me personally towards a heavy metal song by a band called Mayhem, and they've got a song called Chainsaw Gutfuck. And need I say more? Do I need to explain the scene out just by saying that fucking title, let alone? So yeah. That was really, when I seen that scene show up, I was like, definitely we finally got the title of one of the fucking Mayhem songs that really is fucked up. It was great to see unfold. Oh, one last thing before I go. Pat in this film, mate, you're in a couple of scenes for like 2 seconds. Keep a straight fucking face and stop smiling.
No, you can't.
I know you're a happy chappy, but just stop.
Nah,
fucking smiling for like 2 seconds. And then we're good. Kind of took
help
me out
himself,
of Brody.
Brody.
Scene. Anywho, something so small can cause a bit of a shit show like that for me personally. Anyway, DKB giving it a Gore N More score of a 3.5 because I won't be going back to watch it again in a hurry because of the lengthy runtime of the film.
It is.
And yeah, just I mean, I still enjoy it for what it was, but it's definitely something that I'm not going to go back and watch in a hurry. So, anywho, 3.5 for this type of film. And yeah, look, I catch y'all mother lickers next week. Cheers, gentlemen.
Cheers.
Thanks, Brody.
Cheers, Brody.
Yeah.
Thank you for setting that bar.
That was one thing I also forgot to mention because I'm a Slayer fan and I saw Kerry King and this I'm like, oh, Kerry King! Like I got so happy. I'm like, oh my god, who else is going to show up?
So I'm saying, I don't know why I expected Jack Black, but I just did.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Maybe because he was in Pick of Destiny, Dave Grohl, I should say. So maybe I just expected that almost like tit for tat kind of a situation. But like Chad Daddy said, COVID filming and everything. So you know, Courtney loved being the killer, homie. Oh my god,
That would
I would love that, but I'm pretty sure that Dave Grohl can't be in the same room with her.
I think Dave would kill her.
I think he would.
Yeah,
like as nice as Dave is, dude. Like that white.
there's
that would
definitely
probably
some
make
things that should not be crossed, and that's one of them.
It's like what's his name with Andy Dick?
Oh yeah, fucking.
Oh,
Damn it, dude!
is it? Oh,
I can see his face.
Yeah.
Fucking Sherman.
It's John
It
Lovett.
stinks. There you go. The critic. I can see that.
That is still one of my favorite stories.
love
Lovett's beating the shit out of Andy Dick.
fucking right, dude. I thought you were gonna say the show The Critic, which is also true.
Oh, that was a great show.
Fucking hey, man. No, Courtney Love. Yeah, dude. That's a whole fucking. You know what though? As fucked up as she is, she's definitely also tried to warn people about Weinstein way prior to shit actually coming
That's
out
true,
in the
too.
mainstream. So, not to say nothing, but dude, you know, maybe she just unfortunately got tweaked in the head from other fucking people. There could be a whole slipstream there, but
Who knows?
I mean, this movie kind of touches not on that, but the whole evil of being in the music industry. That's
right.
that is the bigger picture of this, because
Especially
even-
the third act. Like
Yeah,
that's where
well,
you're getting huge.
Yeah, and at the end, you know, his band's gone. I'm pretty sure if all of everybody was dead, he's not going to want to continue music. But now
He
it's
does.
time for your solo. You know, it's time for your solo act.
Well, it even
Yep.
comes into the meeting with the band when the manager's like, I like my fucking money. He's like, okay, we'll make an epic 10th record for your fucking money. Like that right there tells you what the music industry is. There's a lot of bands that, yeah, they like to make the money, but if the music's not good, you're not going to hear it. But the record company goes, oh, no, you're going to release it because we want our money. That's what it is.
Did anybody else want to hear what Bone Structure sounded like?
Yes, I did
Yes.
want to hear it because I bet you it was so horrible.
I'm picturing high pitched.
Yep.
Fucking like grab your nuts, fucking vocals, dude.
Yes.
But like
Like,
shitty
made-
though, not good, like off key as fuck.
But are we still talking? Are we still singing about dragons and shit?
Yes,
or were
yes.
we- okay.
Singing
I'm
about
pic-
dragons
I'm pic-
and fucking
I'm
like.
picturing it something like The Darkness.
I love the
Oh.
darkness.
Yeah.
But not as good as the
The darkness, but more off key.
Yeah.
See, I love the darkness because so many people hate the darkness, and that's why I love it
I
that
believe
much
in a
more.
thing called love.
Just listen to the rhythm of the heart.
I've only
Yeah.
heard them a little bit.
My wife's
so
gonna
I
start
don't know
stopping
much
right
about
now. 'Cause she
Dude,
fucking
they're-
hates it.
They have this great song on their first album called "Get Your Hands Off My Woman, Motherfucker."
Yes,
Hilarious.
darkness, dude. You know what the best part is? Is like I've done that in so many times, and it must be just with dudes. Because I don't know a lot of women that like that song, but man, I could put that on, and there is literally going to be 5 to 6 dudes all singing in unison that
All right,
song.
so
Hard.
when there used to be this bar here called Graham's Central Station, and we had a karaoke section, and there was a bunch of people that worked on stage, and I was one of them. There was like 6 of us. They didn't have a lot of the fucking shit that I sang, so that was one of the songs that we had that I would sing, and I would go put on a fucking white jumpsuit. I would put on a fucking red
Shut up.
yarn wig and come out with the fake guitar and sing fucking I Believe in a Thing Called Love.
Damn it, Steve! I want to touch you every minute, every hour. Every day.
Now I gotta
Oh,
go listen
that's
to this
fucking awesome.
band just to see what you like. Literally,
You've never heard "I Believe in a Thing Called Love"?
Touching you.
No, honestly.
Bro,
I never
it's
heard
like,
of this.
We'll
band
watch the
till
video.
now.
We'll watch the video after. We'll watch
that out.
Yeah,
Show.
you're touching
Okay,
me.
okay.
It's
All right,
great. The
enough
video's
of the
great.
darkness sidebar off of that.
sidebar,
You're welcome.
I don't think that's ever happened before in 5 years.
Well, it's a movie with musicians in it, so it's a
I
musical
actually
sidebar.
I'm almost so we did get a few like actual musical segments in this, which I appreciated because I assumed we were going to get that. It's about a band. I actually almost expected more singing, but at the same time, and like after thinking about it, it makes sense why we didn't get singing because it's just it's musical notes out of this book from you know what I mean. So it wouldn't be a song.
I was expecting more actual Foo Fighters songs instead of just the only one we get playing over the end credits.
Which I like.
Well, actually,
but the song that we're writing fucking kicked ass.
Well, here's the funny part: is we got a whole album out of it that's not Foo Fighters, but it is.
That's true.
Yeah,
this is true.
Which I'm sure you'll talk about. So we'll save
for the Taylor Hawkins farewell concert. No shit, it's awesome. All right, so Brody gave that shit a 3.5. I think that's honestly a good bar set,
and he gave it for the right reasons. Like it is a much longer movie.
It is much longer than it is.
Oh yeah,
I think
shit 20 minutes out tops.
Yeah, 20
hour 20 minutes would be
solid. When I queued it up today and I got ready to hit start, I'm like, 107 minutes? Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
I didn't look at the time until I was halfway through, and I was like, how much more do I got of this shit, dude? And I was like I said, that I think was like that lull spot of like Dave's possessed, but you don't see anything happening yet of him being possessed. It's like, just like what's going on here?
It's like the Batman. You're like, yay, it's over. Oh my god, there's another 40 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah,
that's secret ending. Psych, secret ending, motherfucker. You forgot all about this shit.
We paused it at like 50, we paused it at 50 minutes, and I'm like, I was like, I'm sure we don't have much time left. And my girlfriend goes, honey, we got another 50 minutes. I'm like, what?
So I'm saying, man, that third act did not need to be as long as it fucking was. Which probably second and third act. I think first was solid, but all right, Chad Daddy. Well, let's spread them cheeks. See what you got, homie.
All right. Taylor Hawkins admitted on several talk show appearances, including Howard Stern and Jimmy Kimmel, that he refused to bother learning the script and improvised all of his lines, deciding to just say whatever he felt fit in the moment.
Fuck yeah. That's fair. That's great. But the movie feels that way.
Yeah, it does.
I was gonna say it kind of feels like that for everybody, not just him.
Yeah.
But
the red 1995 Dodge 1500 Ram van that's featured in the film is the same van used on the Foo Fighters' first U.S. tour to promote their debut album. It was going to be used again for the band's 25th anniversary van tour in 2020, but was canceled due to the pandemic. Instead, it was used for the movie.
Nice. Yo, we never talked about the line. It might have been a throwaway line, but about Raimi giving Grohl a blowjob.
I forgot about that one.
Did he give him a blowjob? I'm really trying to figure this out, dude. I don't know, man.
He seems to be in a
all
good
right, who
mood.
gave him a Hummer and they all turned around? Rami.
I mean, he didn't deny it. So
No, he didn't.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait, did he get not in real life, but in this universe, did he give Grohl a fucking Hummer? Dude? Just that good of bandmates?
In my head canon, yes, it actually happened.
That's what I'm thinking. I think it happened.
I'm going with that's definitely.
I think,
and that's why Dave. That's why Dave got mad that he was scheming on that fucking neighbor chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did she actually give him cocaine laced brownies?
Yes.
Awesome.
That was her secret ingredient was cocaine.
So the fact that Pat was just eating it off the plate was even better.
Is this cocaine? Yes.
Yeah, this movie has a lot of weird little things. Like if you don't catch it, it's a fear,
but you know what?
Full miss. But
I never disagree with Brody, never. But I have to disagree with him about Pat smiling in every scene.
See,
because
I loved it, dude.
It made his character that much more lovable. Like he was
more
that innocent.
Well, it's because this movie there's already a certain level of stupid that this movie feels, right? Like I feel like we can all acknowledge that. Not a bad stupid, just it knows what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not trying to be a serious horror movie.
Right. No. Like they probably yelled at Pat so much, dude. Like if this is what they got and they gave us, imagine how worse he was. Like, you know what I mean? Just like
show us the outtakes.
Yeah, dude. Well, like he's literally just cracking up and snorting the whole time.
Literally, his face to the right of us, all of us, tells us the story of how he's gonna be. Because his face there is even more hilarious.
Even when he's telling what's his name to shut up when they're like under that little thing when Grohl's like hunting him down. Like he's smiling, but he's like, "Will you shut the fuck up?" Like, and it's just very conflicting I think it's hilarious, but
You know what? Now I want to go and rewatch every Foo Fighters video and see if
And
I can
just
just
see how
catch
it's like
Pat
that?
cheesing.
100%, dude.
Uh,
I know, because he was even cheesing like while they were doing the band riff parts and everything
Yeah.
too. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like that's just what they normally do anyway. But yeah, man, 20 minutes off this film tops.
yeah.
But
Agreed.
anyway, sorry, Chad Daddy. Keep going.
So when Dave Grohl's in the cellar, a Buck Rogers ray gun is visible. The same gun is on Foo Fighters' first album.
Oh, nice.
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 Buck Rogers of that.
Okay, we already talked about John Carpenter.
Yeah,
I can't believe it took us all 3 scenes to realize it was that.
Yeah, it's John Carpenter.
Hey, man, at least I recognized him before we got to this discussion, and
Yeah.
you guys said it, and I feel even dumber for not recognizing it. So, like, oh my god, it was.
Okay, when Dave Grohl rises out of the pool, he mimics the pose of the woman on the poster for the movie The Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes, he does. I didn't realize until you said
Wait
it.
for Rise.
No, the original.
Wait.
Where he's got his hand up.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I can see that. Dude, that basement scene was 100% Evil Dead.
100%. I was waiting for the light bulb to fucking.
Well, the light bulb fill up right there. I was like, oh, bro.
No. But I mean, even when they did the when they're talking about how what's his name sold his soul to the book or whatever, and he was doing his ritual. I was waiting for the light bulb to fill up again with blood, and it didn't do it. I was like, meh.
Fair.
Continuing on. Fuck and its derivatives are used 162 times, an average of 1.53 per minute.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Fred Durst
yeah,
still
baby.
hasn't beat. What up? It's 46 fucks in this fucked up song.
Oh, wow. There's a throwback.
Yeah, what is that? Is that the Chocolate Starfish song? No. It's on that album, but it's like the first. Anyways, sorry. Yeah, don't think about that song, Gus. Now that it's
That's going to be stuck in my head. It's going to. Dave Grohl revealed in an interview that Lionel Richie himself decided on set to drop cluster F-bombs during his cameo.
No, that was perfect.
What up? Sup, sweet? How's it going, buddy? It's my buddy Evan right there.
What's
up,
up?
Howdy.
The original idea for the film was inspired by real life to a degree, said Tony Gardner. Dave Grohl had been recording in a mansion out in Encino when he had actually, where he had actually stayed when he had his house renovated. Then when they were doing the 10th album, he rented it out and they recorded there. In this big, weird, creepy old house, they kept saying, what if this place was haunted? And they started making up stories. So that's what led to the movie.
I like it.
Hell yeah.
So this was literally a band collaboration before it was made.
It was They just sat around bullshitting and said, you know what? This would make a good movie. Like we do when we sit around bullshitting and go, you know what?
Yeah,
That
but the
would make
problem
a
is
good
if we
movie.
do it, most of us would be Pat. I would be Pat. Like Steve, you could probably pull it off. You've done some more shit. I have not.
I could be the girl.
I
of
tried
this.
doing victim shots for Gallo one time because I was like, yeah, dude, kill me off. But the whole time they're like, John, you're smiling too much. I'm like, I can't help it. I'm happy. Like,
You ever smile under your mask when you like say, you know, you
yes.
shoot it up?
Every time when someone
Every time you take a
they're like,
picture,
geez, I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, why do I do that?
I do that.
Some
shit.
kind
I'm just having a hard time picturing a big guy like John being a victim.
I could see it though.
You just have to have a bigger guy like Bob.
No, I think me and John would be like Pat combined. Like, guys, stop smiling. What do you want us to do?
But no, it's funny you mentioned that, dude, because I thought about that at Monster Mania. I'm like, why the fuck do I keep smiling under my mask? They can't see me do that.
I do that
Like,
shit all the time, and I'm like, why the fuck am I smiling?
Right, like you
Jesus
feel like an
Christ.
idiot. Not that
Yeah.
anybody else even saw you.
Yeah,
Fucking
nobody
do
saw
it,
me. Yeah.
But
Say cheese.
whatever. Yeah.
Okay,
Geddy
twice.
Lee.
Who's Geddy Lee?
That's
Geddy Lee. Ever. Twice the band does a Pearl Jam high five, emulating the cover of 10.
Pearl Jam high five.
I love that they call it out. Pearl Jam high five.
That's our thing. We just put our hands to the camera. Pearl
Dude,
Jam
I
high
was-
five.
I was watching it on Amazon with the captions on. And they said Pearl Jam high five, and it said something else completely different instead of Pearl Jam. I'm like, he said Pearl Jam. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, I noticed a couple of the captions were mistyped.
And how great were the captions when Dave was feeding the parts into the wood chipper? Because it just came up and it said something like wet squelching noises,
Oh yeah.
flesh tearing.
I always love that shit, dude. Like sometimes subtitles can make or break a scene for sure. Like sometimes it gives it away too fast when you're like, no, let the music play first. Like, shut up.
I like when it's just the background music and it just says something like ominous music.
Yeah.
And it keeps like more ominous music. Ominous music continues.
Intensifies. Like, okay, I got it. What else we got?
Let's see. This is Taylor Hawkins' second and final film. Of course, he died on March 25th, 2022 in Bogota, Colombia, of an undisclosed reason. It's drugs.
Drugs.
It's drugs.
Maybe not at the time, but possible. Like definitely over time usage for sure. I would say has affected it.
It is, unfortunately.
Hard to say. Okay,
Yeah.
Tony Gardner and the Alterian crew devised an ingeniously gory effect where a couple engaged in amorous activities both get sawn in half by a chainsaw that rises up from beneath their bed. To
Yeah, they
execute
did.
the outrageously bloody effect, Rami Jaffe's fake body was built with a jointed fiberglass core on an aluminum and steel armature. Gardner's team cast the core of the body in urethane foam from the base of the neck up inside the head, and then everything was surfaced with the silicone skin. The foundation of Whitney's body was actually a sex doll that Whitney had purchased for one of her comedy routines that she still had lying around and didn't need anymore. Whitney donated her doll body to the cause, and they just replaced everything from the collarbone up so it looked more like her.
Holy shit! Nice.
That's awesome.
That's
Fuck! I almost died.
That's thrifty.
So the fact that she had a sex doll that already looked like her, that just.
Well, she has a whole comedy bit. She has a whole comedy bit about
I
it.
saw that bit, and it's hilarious.
I've never watched her stand-ups. I don't.
Same, but she's kind of hot, so I'd watch it.
I mean,
She's got nice
the only,
boobies.
I would say the only thing else I've seen her in was Two Broke Girls. So
Dude, I legit thought it was fucking Flo the Progressive Girl at first. Because they sound the same.
she's also hot. But yes,
She's not bad, yeah.
Flo's hot in a different way though.
Yeah.
I'm fine with. I don't care what way, dude. It's still hot. Yes, there's different like subtle levels for
and
sure.
thank you guys for because I've always thought I was weird for thinking Flo was hot.
Nah, Flo's hot.
Why?
I don't know.
You're not
At
weird
a
at
younger age, I could see no, but at an older age, you're just like, yeah, girl, give me that.
all.
discount.
My other
Give me that.
favorite
Let me
was
get- Give me the discount. I'll give you the discount.
Oh,
see, my other favorite was the AT&T girl.
Ah, yes.
Lily. Ooh.
wait, which one is that? She was more recent though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's been
Still on
around
there.
for also a while.
Yeah, but she was the girl with they silenced her.
She's
Yeah.
still on the AT&T commercials though.
No. I mean, they put silencers on her.
Yes, they did put silencers on her because she is
Yeah.
stacked.
Yeah.
Mm.
And the commercials do not show that. I mean, you can't only hide it so much, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
She is very blessed. You know who else is very stacked? Is the girl that played Melina in Mortal Kombat, the movie.
New one,
Yes.
yes. Because I'm like Annihilation. I'm like,
No. No, the new
It's
girl.
like, questionable.
she was
She
nice, but yes.
All right, continue on.
Director B.J. McDonnell had previously filmed Hatchet 3 and a trilogy of Slayer videos, like Brody said. Those directing experiences, combined with having operated camera and Steadicam on countless genre films, made him a perfect fit for the job. He knew our language, said Gardner, so it was really easy working with him.
Nice.
did
Hatchet
great.
3. That was the one where he fought Derek Mears, wasn't it?
Yes, probably
Yep.
one of the best. Well, actually, is the best looking Victor Crowley too.
I don't know. Those movies are such a blur for me. Like I remember parts of them, but I don't remember which specific one it is. Like
Well, I watched them all
unless
back to back to back to back, so I remember them as one long ass fucking movie.
I still haven't watched the fourth one. Like
I
I
was
the
thinking
intro,
the same
but
thing. I haven't seen Victor
I don't think I
Crowley
watched.
yet.
It was-
I don't think I watched
it was.
that one.
It wasn't. It wasn't what they cracked it up to be. It's still a good movie.
was it a reboot or was it a continuation?
No, it was another continuation. But I haven't
okay.
watched that one in a hot minute, so I'd have to rewatch it to tell you the real answer.
All right. What else we got, Chad Daddy?
Tony Gardner's proud of how much he and his team achieved with in-camera practical effects and on a relatively tight budget. He said there are a lot of effects in the film that people assume are digital People think the close-up shot of Rami's head splitting into his digital, but it was the same body that came apart in the wide shot. For the scene featuring floating ghosts, little heads with long fabric tails were constructed and shot in a water tank, just like in Raiders of the Lost Ark. The practical ghosts were then digitally composited in.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
That's why it looked weirdly cartoonish, but
Yeah.
still awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
that
how I felt like the end of Ghost always was. It just felt like they were cartoon demons drawn in. It's just like, oh, this is weird. But what else we got?
Let's
Anything good?
see. When Dave Grohl starts shredding the guitar, it is actually played by Steve Vai, who is credited as stunt guitar, which the same credit Frank Zappa gave him on several recordings.
Now, as someone who plays the guitar, the minute I saw the fingers going up and down the fretboard, I'm like,
Yeah, you could tell they weren't Dave's.
I'm like, that's. I literally in my head, I'm like, Steve Vai, dude, that ain't your fucking fingers. Your
well,
fingers
and you
don't
could
move
see
like that.
he's got a tattoo on his wrist, and you can clearly see the fucking tattoo in one of the shots.
Hell yeah. All right, Bob. We'll see you in a minute. Bob will be back.
The band members, with the exception of Rami, are killed in the reverse order that they became members of Foo Fighters.
Okay.
So I'm not going to lie. I felt so stupid watching this movie because I always thought there was only 3 members of Foo Fighters.
No.
So I was like, what?
Originally, there was just one.
One, yeah.
Fair enough.
Dave did that whole first album by himself.
Really?
Yep.
Damn.
He was
that's
the fighter
talent.
of Foos.
That
That
is
is
crazy. I did like the line though when he was talking to Jesus Christmas, the drummer there. Taylor. I like that moment when he was talking about like how they were both like drummers and they like understood their language. And I was like, that was kind of like, you know, it wasn't like a super nod back to, but at least it was a nod enough to us like, you know, sometimes people forget that Dave Grohl was a fucking drummer, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
have you ever seen that meme that's like, oh my God, the drummer from Nirvana and Dave Grohl from Foo Fighters look exactly alike. I wonder if they're
I was
related.
thinking that just 2 minutes ago.
fucking right. I mean, dude, Dave Grohl's done drums and everything for Tenacious D a bunch for their first album and shit. So, hey, man, that's another fucking reason I expected Jack Black to be in this goddamn shit. It feels like
there has to be a solid, legit reason why he couldn't do it. Like maybe Jack Black, like I said, this is in the pandemic. Maybe he was stuck outside the country, couldn't get back in.
It's very possible, but I'm just saying, like, it just this movie feels so fitting to have him in there for some stupid fucking role, whatever it may have been. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But
it would have been great if Jack Black would have been the delivery guy, and Dave could have been like, "Has anybody ever told you you look like Jack Black?" He'd be like,
well,
no,
especially if he started doing, he's like, "Yo, man," he's like, "I got a demo. Let me sing for you."
Yeah,
and he starts like,
no, it's Jack Black, but it's Rastafarian Jack Black from I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh my God. No.
Hey man, that was early in his career and he was trying to get established, okay? Does anybody remember the first time Tenacious D was in a film? Biodome.
Oh, that's right. Biodome. They were in Biodome. Yep.
They're playing in the fucking courtyard in the beginning.
Yeah.
Bro,
Oh, shit.
you would never, they're babies.
Yeah.
Babies in that fucking movie, man.
Oh shit! I'm gonna go back and watch that.
Jack Black might be like, if he's still not in his teens in that movie, I would almost be amazed.
Oh my God.
So Brody just said Jack Black is a record producer, so Dave and Jack can fight and kick each other in the ball. How funny was that scene? Just them kicking each other in the balls over and over again.
It was ridiculous, but I did laugh my ass off because I was just like, how long is this going to go on? I was hoping it went back a third time and they were still just doing it.
Like they're just writhing around on the ground in pain and they're just kicking each other like toddlers.
They're just like throwing, like doing that or just throwing rocks at each other's nuts. Just anything, dude. Oh, man. No, I don't know. Oh, is Bob back?
That's how we should have ended. Just them two just in pain on the ground, just still hitting each other in the nuts.
Fucking A, bro. Fucking A. What else we got, Chad Daddy?
So filming took place in the same house the band recorded their album Medicine at Midnight. Near the end of filming in early 2020, production shut down due to COVID-19. Production resumed in Los Angeles months later, becoming one of the first films to do so during the pandemic. 6 days of filming were planned to finish the film, but it would ultimately span 3 weeks due to the regulations put in place to film safely.
Damn.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. I mean, they probably just made him be like, listen, if you guys can be together in the house for 14 days and not do this, then you could film. So they probably just had to sit around and do dick until that. And that's why it took 3 fucking weeks, because it actually did only take a week of filming. They had to wait around 2 weeks of bureaucratic bullshit beforehand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
after that, in 2 weeks of quarantine, whatever it was back then.
Boom, we're up. That was 14 days. Now it's down to fucking 5, or nobody gives a shit.
I think nobody gives a shit anymore.
That too. Morally that. Anyways, what else?
The last bit is something Bobby already brought up. Grohl recorded a whole album of heavy metal songs for the in-movie fictional band Dream Widow. The album was released on March 25th, 2022, consisting of 8 tracks.
Well, fuck me. I'm going to have to listen to that shit.
It's actually pretty good. Go listen to it.
I mean, what we heard of it was pretty fucking badass.
Yeah. Right.
Like, I don't even care if there's no words to it. It's just them playing the instruments. That'd be fantastic.
You know, give me that 45-minute song. I'd have been good with that.
Am I the only one that was expecting that song to stretch out to 66.6 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I was just like, well, this is going to be the full end credits. Is just going to be this song. Like, that's all I can imagine. Is like, yo, they're actually going to do it, but it's going to be like the end credits is going to be a 20-minute just that song.
Dude,
which would have been fine.
Are we really going to release a 28-minute song? No, it's got to be longer.
He's like, it's got to be 2112 times 2112.
It would make sense though that if they went to 66 minutes, but maybe 2 on the nose with that. I don't know. But at the same time, this movie's so like ridiculous. It wouldn't matter.
I just thought the way they kept recording, then it just kept showing the number going up. I thought it was just going to end at that.
Makes sense though. I didn't even think of those two. All right. Well, thank you for all those. That was it, right, Jaden?
That was it, yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for all that behind the scenes.
My pleasure.
All right, boys. What did we watch this on?
Prime.
Max video on demand.
Wait, it was on Max?
No, it wasn't on Max.
It's on something. I had it on demand. I paid.
I was to say I had to watch.
Actually, no, I'm sorry.
I watched it on Prime.
I said never mind. I watched it on demand for $3.
Okay.
Oh, by the way,
wasn't
it is available on Amazon on Blu-ray, and it's like $8.
Yeah, it's like $8. I looked last week. I was gonna buy it, but I didn't. It's in my cart still.
Maybe this will be the one where just fingers crossed, Walmart will throw in up on their Halloween section because it was from last year.
Could be.
Maybe
it's not that old, so I don't think it would be. I'm sure they got some shit in the bag. Or if you're lucking out, Five Below. You never know.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, douche of the film.
Producer.
Yeah, the producer.
Manager.
Yeah, manager. Yeah.
What's the name from Goldberg's? All right. Dad from Goldberg's there. I'll agree with that. And then obviously runner-up would be his assistant, Barb.
Yeah.
Favorite kill? Do we
I
even
know
have
what
to say?
Chainsaw.
Come on, the chainsaw.
Okay, gnarly,
I knew everybody was gonna go chainsaw. So while it is my favorite kill, I'm gonna go with head bash of Jenna Ortega at the beginning because that shit was fucking
that was brutal.
That was good too.
My runner-up.
That was good. That was good.
My runner-up would be the symbol decapitation.
That was good.
Oh yeah,
I think my runner-up was the grill kill. I dug that. I wanted it to decapitate him with the grill. I was kind of hoping it was going with that, but
the only person that got like kind of death was fucking Nate,
who got killed by Barb.
Yeah, the one that Barb killed. Like that was just kind of like
but you thought he would have got away because he.
I think did she die right after that because she got run over?
Yeah.
Okay,
no, she was dead. That was her going out was stabbing him in.
Okay, so her death was more meh than his.
Well, no. But I mean, out of the band, out of the guys in the band, like his was just kind of like.
Symbol kill was cool because killed by an instrument, his own instrument. It's kind of fucked.
See, my second runner-up was Kerry King's kill.
All good. The head crush was cool.
The electrocution.
The electrocution was.
Yeah, that was wonky, but it was fun.
See, Dave, don't touch him. He's still hot.
Dude, that scene of him setting up the drum, just like, okay, just a little bit more to the right. Okay, just a little bit more.
Yeah, that was pissing me off. I was
okay, that all sucks. Just go all the way back again.
Too far. Take it back.
Yep. Oh, fucking it, dude. Just It made me want to watch fucking Pick of Destiny. I don't know why.
Yep.
It just did. It's that same kind of humor, just not horror, obviously, for that. But
I could watch that again.
I fucking love Pick of Destiny, dude. Problem is, I end up singing it for fucking 2 weeks on end after the fact.
You're my little baby thing.
Love that part.
Going down the Raspberry River. Oh, fuck. Look at me, my sass can fly. Best scene.
The Lionel Richie cameo just caught me off guard. It's so funny.
That was good.
My favorite scene is when Dave is saying, "I got these 2 great riffs, and they're his own songs."
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah, that was really good.
And they're all just like, really? He's like, "Fuck, I wrote my best songs."
Oh, man, it's a tie for me. It's a tie between the Dave explaining how he wants everybody to play their parts by musical, just Willy Wow. Like, I love that. But then, like I mentioned earlier, man, I love that scene between the 2 guys about his grandma. Like, that just sits in my fucking head because it's such a weird, random, like, just out there scene that they do something.
My booby.
They do something completely different with and never go back to. And for some reason, you're just like, I need to know more. What the fuck happened with him and his grandma? Did he fuck his grandma? Is he just fucking with him? Like,
I think I need to buy this movie and make Steph watch it because it's just too good.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna go. All right. Worst moment or scene?
The lag in the third act.
Yep. That's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah.
Where specifically, though? Do you know? Because that's where I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to figure, like, to me, the lag is a little bit with the whole Pat's death area scene. Like, I feel like they kept jumping between those scenes a little bit too much. They maybe elongated them more than they needed to be.
So okay,
I would say
for me, then
I think from the swimming pool exorcism on, like,
yeah. So when once the manager gets there, because you feel like the swimming pool should be your climax.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, cool. He's on. And like, if the manager showed up, it should, right. Maybe that shouldn't have gone on for 15 minutes. That should have been like 5 minutes tops.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, they're already tired. The managers could come in and kind of kick their ass, but, you know, he's overweight, fat, and old, so he can do shit. And, you know, she just happens to get run over because they get it fired that fast. But
yes, like Brody, yes. After they defeat the demon, they drag it out. It's way unnecessary.
I agree.
no, I'll agree with that 100% then, dude. Cut that shit down. Which is weird because, like, sometimes the third act could be awesome, but, you know, a lot of slashers, dude, that's where the third act, that's where it bombs, is in the third act. Like, it does all this good setup and then just doesn't, no good pull off.
Was it a stupid cliffhanger, or were they telling us that Dave Grohl's releasing a solo album, Brody?
He already did a solo album. The first Foo Fighters was a solo album.
Another one, Chad.
It's all just going in. It's secular there.
Just FYI, John, I ate one of those cookies.
Hell yeah. Nothing wrong with that. You'll be good in a couple hours. Okay. Yeah. So did the opening scene hook us in? I'm saying
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, it was brutal.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, Gore definitely was. I was not expecting it, so it was a pleasant surprise, and I was just like, all right, good set of tone.
You hear a girl grunting, and you're not sure if somebody's getting brutalized or somebody's getting railed.
Yeah.
Now, I felt a little conflicted, and this is just me personally. I have nothing against Jenna Ortega, but I was just like, God damn, this girl is in like fucking everything right now that I feel like I'm watching.
She's the flavor of the month, you know?
Yeah, that's fine, dude. It's a good flavor. But
yeah, wrong with that.
She's Latina. It's cool.
She is, yeah. I'm not going to disagree with you.
I feel bad saying that she's hot because she just looks so young.
So I said she's cute.
No. I can't say she's hot because I used to watch some fucking Disney show she was on with the kids, and she was like a little girl, like tiny. So I watched her fucking grow up. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it happens.
I mean, she's like 20, 21, I think, at least.
Oh yeah, no, she is.
So
but either
okay.
way, she's definitely like taking the horror world by fucking storm.
She is not old enough to drink.
He was still possessed because and that's why I questioned why he was still throwing up as much as he was at the pool.
I felt like he wasn't still possessed. It's like he was possessed again.
They repossessed him.
I think so.
Repossessed.
But I don't
Was
think
it just because
because
he was tired? Like because he knew like his whole bandmates were dead or something, or was it because ultimately the song was finished and that
the song was finished? That could be part of it, and it was also, he's in the music industry, and his manager was saying, the devil, he's rock and roll is controlled by the devil.
It had to be just because it was finished. I think that's what he kept saying.
So.
He kept asking me. He's like, "Is it finished? Did you finish it?" So like, and Grohl obviously knew he did, but didn't want to say it. So yeah, maybe it was just too fucking late as it was. I don't know. Like they were able to defeat that one dude's ghost, but still the demon got through. I guess I don't know.
not the spirit of rock.
Yeah, right. Okay, so most attractive character,
Whitney Cummings.
absolutely.
I
Like
thought she
Barb?
was really evil Barb at the end.
Okay,
Evil Barb with the hood and the knife.
what's
and
up,
shit.
Obi-Wan Kenobi? Nice fucking cloak. All right. Did the score? She was good looking, dude, for sure. Did the score set the mood?
I don't even remember the score, to be honest.
I feel like it was just their background.
That
riffs,
40-minute
most of the
song.
time. Yeah.
Their music, yes, but the score, I don't know. I don't really remember.
Well, there's an actual score because John Carpenter fucking did the score for the fucking movie.
He did like main theme, I think, is all he.
Yeah,
I love the main
Oh,
theme.
that was cool.
I loved it.
All right. Best song.
fucking
Learn.
whatever that long ass song was.
I'm going "Learn to Fly."
It's a brand new song.
Because technically it was there, so we heard it.
Lumberjack.
Fair enough.
I love Jackal.
There you go.
As soon as he turned that on, like, yeah.
Fucking A, dude. All right. Favorite character? Pat.
Come on. How can you not love Pat?
Pat, and then runner-up is Delivery Guy.
Rami? Oh, Delivery Guy.
I liked Rami.
I would give it to Rami.
Rami reminded me more of like a coked out version of Sex Machine or something like that. You know what I mean? Like just like a little bit more like he doesn't care. A hole is a hole.
Oh.
Hey man, if he's blowing Dave to make Dave happy,
Hey, that happened. That happened. I don't care.
Hey,
is that just part of the band gig, or is that like?
See, now that makes me want to just go up to Dave one day and meet him. Like, so Dave, you and Rami,
No,
did it
did
happen?
Rami really blow you?
I feel like maybe that's just one of your responsibilities as being in the Foo Fighters. Like
You
once
gotta blow
in a
Dave
while, you have
once.
to blow Dave.
Once a year, they switch off.
That's in the contract stipulation. They're like, all right, now just sign here. Now sign here. Okay, now when you sign this line, you're promising a 12-year contract to blow Grohl at least once in those 12 months of time. Alternating band members on odd days.
No, it's not. They don't even let you know. It's hidden in the fine print.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
fucking
gonna
A,
say.
dude.
This month, it's odd numbers only.
And that's Pat's
Fucking
face
A.
when he sees it's his number right there.
Fucking love it, dude. Was it Scary Boys?
No.
It wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be.
No, it
was
wasn't.
It was a fun ride. That's all it is.
Oh,
Does it hold up today? Well, it was only released
Yeah.
last year, so
Well,
I would
yeah,
say
of course.
yes. Did we enjoy the cinematography?
You skipped the
Yeah.
acting.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we like the acting?
for what it
If
was.
they were acting, if they were acting, yes. If they weren't, no.
I don't know what they were doing.
Exactly, because it's like, dude, is Pat really like that in real life? So was he acting or was he not acting? And the only reason I say that is because remember I told you about the shitty movie that I was in. I'm not really acting in that fucking movie. That's just me.
I feel like that's what half of this movie was.
I really need to see some outtakes or something because
Right? Like I need to see Pat in real life to see
Yeah.
how he is in comparison to this.
Probably all like sophisticated and super fucking smart.
Possibly. Who knows? How did we like the cinematography, boys?
it's all right.
I
I
thought it was
liked it.
It had some
Fine.
good
Nothing to
shots.
write
It's
home
some-
about, but it was good.
It's basic horror movie shots.
yeah,
with homages here and there,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
and good ones at that.
Yep.
I was very happy with the burning one. I was like, ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
All right. Did we like the premise?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thought it was a fun time.
Yeah.
Especially with this kind of a band. This wouldn't work with so many other bands. You know what I mean? Like,
no, yeah.
this band, because of Grohl, has a certain character to it already. So it just works for it.
Yes.
Like, you wouldn't see Nickelback making a horror movie. I would watch it just because they did it.
People would want to.
It would probably just be their music.
People would just want to see Nickelback get killed.
Right.
Yeah, I think that would be that premise.
It is none of them get killed, like how like everybody else gets killed around them.
Yeah. I can't think of another band that would really be like, yeah, you could pull that off.
No, like I said, it'd have to be a comedy style band, dude. Like,
Which
the only other band that could pull this off.
it's
Tenacious
yeah, it'd be the D.
Nah,
And they already did this. They already did their shit with the devil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. And was the climax satisfying?
No.
Honestly, no. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It dragged on too long, and it didn't end the way we wanted it to.
First climax, yes. But then it continued, and then you ruined it.
Yeah.
So,
Agreed.
yeah, you were just pushing floppy at that point. You just should have gave up.
You were trying way too hard. Like, nah.
You knew where you were ended, and you just should have called.
Yeah,
it.
you knew where you should have
Just-
stopped, and you did.
Yep, you just didn't tap out.
Yep.
All right, boys. Recycle, rewind, remake, or reboot. I think I'm gonna fucking rewind this.
I
shit.
would rewind this.
Rewind.
It's a little
watch it,
long, but
yeah.
I would rewind and be like, yeah, I'm having a good time.
It's not. I feel like Brody. It's not one I would hurt. Like I probably wouldn't watch it again. Like let's say this week, but definitely by October time, dude. Like
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, especially because Jen didn't watch it with me, so it'd be like there'd be another reason to watch it.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Okay, so let's rate this bitch, boys.
All right.
Brody starts off with a 3.5. Bob, what do you got?
Honestly, I'm going to give it just a little higher, a 3.8. Strictly
All right.
because also I love the Foo Fighters, and I will watch this again.
Scubas,
I was thinking the same thing. 3.8.
Chad Betty,
I'm gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna give it a solid 4. It's a
Fuck yeah.
4.
That makes me smell like Pat, Chad.
I feel like gore was good, humor was pretty solid, runtime, like we all said, definitely a little too long. It was definitely it was stupid, but it was fun. I think I'm gonna go with 3.8 with you boys. All right, so divided by 5 is 3.78, so 3.8
Hey, yeah,
for
Yeah.
2002's Studio 666.
beautiful.
Chad Daddy, I believe we are heading back to the campgrounds next week, right?
Yeah, and then we are going to hell.
Ooh.
Jason goes to hell. The
Getting
final
fucking
Friday.
getting a little Marcusy next week. All
Yeah, we're
right.
getting Legacy. Now,
Awesome.
I'm not sure exactly what the plan is because Bossman wanted to be on here, so we had discussed the possibility of pre-recording the show.
Right.
Now, if we pre-record the show, I have no problem being on. But if we don't, like I told you guys in the chat, I have 3 weeks of straight Monday night soccer games for my son, and those run from 6 to 7.
Okay. So that's something that we can discuss, obviously, once we get out of this thing and throughout this week to figure out. He did say he was very excited because he wanted to know specifically when we were doing that episode. I was like, oh, it's actually coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Obviously, he hopped in here, but with his new work schedule, a little different. But yeah, if we could find a time, even if it's
I'm
like
not-
early morning,
I'm not
sometime
sure
on
what
the
his
weekends.
work schedule is because I know he was working for Verizon, but now he's also saying he's doing something with a local car dealership doing their comedian stuff. So I don't know if that's a side gig or what.
Well, we'll get with Boss Man. We'll let him. We can try to figure out a date.
I know
What we can do is we can post on the Project Louder site beforehand if it's going to be a pre-recorded episode.
There we can post in the Gore N More chat. We can post in the group.
Yeah, we'll let everybody know that it'll be pre-recorded, but if it is, like, I'll still hop in while it's playing. You know what I mean? Just to be in the chat with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hop in after I get back from the soccer game, which
I know for
should
me,
be-
if we pre-record, I have to do it in afternoon, like after work, because I can't do it early, at least during the week anyway.
Yeah, and you
probably
know
have
what?
to be a weekend thing. We'll have to figure out what Boss Man's schedule is like too.
Yeah.
And worst case scenario, hopefully we can at least get a vid. So, and then from that, Chad Daddy, you mentioned you might be out the next couple weeks, so we'll
I might, dip out on at least on one of the games.
That's fine.
Because Steph was like, "Go ahead," and you guys were saying, we all feel like this show is therapeutic for all of us.
It is.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
play
yes.
with it. Like me personally, if I was you, like I'd be like, all right, I'm definitely gonna hit the game probably on the week of the Hidden. I don't really know anything about that, but like Doctor Sleep, maybe questionable. I've never personally seen that.
Doctor Sleep is my pick, so I got to do that one.
Oh, there you go.
Well,
I've never seen that, and I've wanted to see it, so I'm very.
It's a good play. So excited for Doctor
I've heard
Sleep.
so many good things about it.
So so those are our next 3 movies for September. Be Jason Goes to Hell, The Hidden, and Doctor Sleep.
I'm so excited. I'm excited for all 3 of these.
I've never seen The Hidden either, so
Neither have I.
I've never seen.
heard of it, but I've only heard the name. I don't even know what it's about. Whose pick was it?
That might be a Brody pick. Let me double check.
If nobody else knows what it is, I guess.
Yeah, it's got to be a Brody pick.
One of these things are not like the other.
And I intentionally scheduled it right beside Jason Goes to Hell because of the similarities between the two.
The Hidden 1987 sci-fi action. Interesting. Okay.
I actually might buy that
It's
one
decent.
on DVD.
It's decent.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Oh, Charlie Sheen's in it? Charlie Skeen. What? Not even close. Totally different actor.
Oh, Mick worked on it.
I knew
nice.
Mick worked on it because he mentioned it the last time he was on the show because of he likes to pick on Adam about Jason Goes to Hell being the hidden ripoff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You know who also was
that's
right. You know who was also in that movie? Ted White. He played one of the cops. Oh, he was in that. You'll see him right away. Be like, oh shit, there he is.
I'll take your word for it. Alrighty. So Jason Goes to Hell next week. If you haven't watched that, I don't know where the fuck I've been in the last 30 years, but go ahead and watch that shit for sure. I actually have to go. That's the one I don't own. So I gotta go out and either rent it or get it from somebody. I'm sure I'll just go bother Kayla. Like, give me a copy of it.
There you go.
And
make sure when you get a copy, it's the unrated version. Just please.
One of the I can't remember if it was groove.com or something, but one of the ones like that was having just a big sale on like horror movies and shit. And I think Jason Goes to Hell was on that sale.
Yeah, like that's literally the only one I don't have, so I feel like I should buy it at this point just to complete said collection. Like, I should have went with the Blu-ray box set when it came out, but man, I'm sure I can still find it actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen them at Best Buy.
Yeah, mass-produced motherfuckers. All right, was there anything nerdy, boys, you wanted to say? I will say rest in peace to the lead singer of Smash Mouth. He passed away today.
Yes, he did.
And Jimmy Buffett.
And the Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, Jimmy Buffett is.
The full trailer for Godzilla -1 dropped today.
Yes, it did.
Did it?
It did.
Yeah.
It dropped at like 2:00 this morning, and it looks pretty phenomenal. Like the scenes that they show, it shows like Godzilla. He's like rampaging through the city and like just literally stepping on crowds of people.
This is the new Japanese one. Correct?
The new Japanese one, yes.
Awesome.
It says, I don't see how, but they're claiming it's a prequel to Shin Godzilla.
I've never watched Shin, so I don't know.
But
I know he mutates in it and shit like that.
Yeah.
But in Shin, so then what did he do? Go back down to the size of that? So now wait.
Maybe Shin was an offspring.
It could be. We don't know.
If
Shin was
so,
like a little poop out.
then that would really give like what Shin was doing. It's like, oh, then now I want a fucking sequel to Shin.
I've always wanted a sequel to Shin because of the way it ended.
Oh yeah, no, I want it too. But like, if that's what this is supposed to be, it's like, well, now wait a minute.
That's awesome.
So, John, if you watch Shin Godzilla, I gotta warn you right now, it's kind of boring because there's a lot of long talking scenes where it's just the Japanese government.
Yeah, it's like
on what to do.
politics and shit. But I heard if you keep in mind sight with the original like 50s Godzilla, that's pretty much what it was about, man.
And there's a really cool shot. It shows a close up of like Godzilla like roaring into the sky, and he's just burnt.
Yeah, it's so
really.
Yeah, so watch the trailer. It looks really good.
Titties. Let's see what else we got in nerd news. If you paid for it early, especially for you motherfuckers on Xbox. People are enjoying Starfield right now, aka my wife's upstairs playing that shit. And people have been going fucking nuts on that game, dude.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
It's a new Bethesda game. That's all you need.
Fallout space.
Yep.
Basically.
Uh,
and I love Fallout, so I'm jealous.
buying it. Goddamn it.
she's all about it, dude. I'm waiting for my MK, but let's see. Oh, Ghostbusters just got a new update patch, but then they'll also be getting their DLC in a month, which is with Sam Hain. That'll be nice. What else? Something else dropped game wise. What the fuck else dropped? Oh, the new Switch. There's a new OLED coming out. That's the Mario Red Edition. So if anybody still has yet to get a Switch and wants to, that's coming out mid-September, I believe.
I don't feel like the OLED Switch is enough of an upgrade.
If you didn't have one,
If you didn't have one already,
I would get it. But yeah, I never upgraded because I was like, I didn't personally see the reason to upgrade.
The DLC for Shredder's Revenge dropped.
Oh shit! Did it?
Oh, nice. That's cool. What's the DLC?
That's the one with Usagi Yojimbo.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, sweet.
That's titties, dude. Fuck yeah, man. Let's see what else. We've gotten more shit out and about. If you guys have seen it on Ilphonic's next game, which would be Killer Clowns. So that's actually a little specific.
Yeah, because it wasn't supposed to be an Ilphonic game. They picked up the distribution rights from the company that made it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Polish it off.
Which, you know what? I've been loving what they've been doing with Ghostbusters and shit. So I feel like and it's actually gonna be a whole separate team of Ilphonic that'll be working on that.
And they made it like really gory too,
which is fine. Like,
yeah,
you know,
it's just surprising because Killer Clowns wasn't really excessively gory.
No, but video game wise, and especially if it's going to be for mature.
Brody said his Blu-ray of The Hidden literally just showed up at his door.
That's awesome. That's fantastic, dude. Poor Brody's got to pay like triple the amount of fucking Blu-rays.
But, pretty much.
Yeah. So I don't know. Killer Clowns. I don't think it'd be something I personally would pick up, just like Texas Chainsaw, because I haven't.
I would pick that up before I would pick up Texas Chainsaw.
Well, I like Texas Chainsaw, and I'm enjoying playing the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
But man, I don't know I don't see the longevity being there until they start dropping like other characters and shit like that. You know what I mean? What's up, Mr. Day? That's right.
What's up?
You mean the longevity of Chainsaw?
Yeah, like I feel like until they start adding more maps and different like either characters or other things, I just feel like they can get burnt out real fast.
Well, I mean, look, I know we want more, but the thing also just came out.
I know.
I know we know, but I think the other issue is we all want more. It's like, well, hey, man. I mean, we will get more. I think we will.
It's not that necessarily I want more. It's just in a game like that where it's completely oversaturated in the gaming market as is, it needs to have more. Otherwise, there's already 1,000 other asymmetrical games. Why the fuck should I play this one over anything fucking else?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like it needs a reason to.
I haven't played it yet, but it sounds like really, really similar to Dead by Daylight.
Now, I've only done trials on Dead by Daylight. I never actually
it's very similar.
It's Dead by Daylight's smaller though, map wise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
map wise,
yeah.
But and obviously you're only getting attacked by one killer versus 3. That's where I'm saying like playing Texas so much, I feel like would almost kill it for Killer Clowns because that's the same aesthetic. It's 3v, although Killer Clowns is like 3v7, I think. So, I mean, they're changing up a little bit, but
I think with Texas, I think we're going to get more, like because you can't not put like Chop Top or another Leatherface skin or another map. Like, there's so much you could do.
I mean, it all depends on the licensing and where it's all at, really.
That's where it's going to get tricky.
Which I wouldn't doubt. Maybe they're working on. They just can't say yet. So we'll see.
Well, no, you're going to want to pace out your drops too, obviously.
Yeah.
But like Ghostbusters, said, like, yo, we're going to give you free DLC and they're going to drop it almost like quarterly to like every 3 months or so. You know what I mean? Like, so they gave you an idea that there was going to be future things coming where it's like this hasn't had anything per se say that yet.
It's still really fresh too. Like when Friday the 13th and the games like that came out, we didn't have a clear roadmap of that either.
Right, but there was no other games like that, and that's why I feel like that game in itself lasted as long as it did, because it was just, and on top of that game was so fucking glitchy, dude. It was just a joke in itself sometimes. Like,
well, the other thing I also like with Ghostbusters, like all of that stuff is kind of in one place in terms of like licensing for the most part.
oh
With
yeah,
Chainsaw, it literally went with Chainsaw. It went through. I mean, each sequel had a different studio for
well, yeah,
9
dude.
times. So it's kind of like, well,
That's
shit,
what I'm
who
saying.
owns
It's gonna be really
who
tricky.
owns this? So that one's tricky, but I still think if they do it right, it shouldn't be hard. But it's going to probably just be like a little bit till we get it.
Listen, man, unless they have like, and I don't care if they even like, they're like, yo, next year it'll be DLC. But if they bring in like Arlie Emery into that shit, fuck yeah, dude, I will pay for that 100 times over.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that would be hard to do. You'd have to go through the likeness rights for his estate. I don't know.
man.
That might be a lot of trouble. That might be more trouble than it's worth. Would it be great? Yeah, it'd be fantastic.
It depends on how money hungry his estate is. I mean, let's be honest. The homie did a fucking Call of Duty with Snoop Dogg, so him being in video games is not out of the realm of possibilities. Obviously, he's passed,
Got a
but
point there.
I mean, but so is the Cook and shit, right?
Yeah, he's
And
passed.
they
He
got
passed
all
away.
their likeness rights and everything. So I don't know. I don't know. Would that go with the movie per se?
I don't know. And that's
Because it's a character basis more so than an actual actor. I don't know. But
But we'll find out.
But speaking of rights, I did see somebody ask NECA recently as to, any future releases, and they said the way the licensing rights are right now, they literally can't do any more Freddy or Jason figures. They want to. They seriously want to finish out, but they can't.
I thought Friday got settled.
It did, but now it's who
The
gets...
licensing is still being worked out, and the whole lawsuit and everything with Wes Craven's estate for Nightmare on Elm Street, that's even worse.
Well, that's just
Well-
from the first to the rest of them, right? Because the first one split essentially.
Well,
and
there's also
other
another thing that I read
6,
about
5.
that, and it involves Robert Englund. So if you ever notice on merchandise, it's not Robert Englund's Freddy. It's always the one image from the new Freddy that's Jackie Earle Haley, because Robert Englund has his Freddy under him. Like, I think he has that Freddy license. So you have to go to Robert for that. I read that recently, and it was a recent article. If someone wants to look it up, as far as I know, that's why if you look at like some new merchandise, like anything almost, it's like the new Freddy. It's kind of shaped to look like old Freddy, but it's new. That's Freddy.
Is it always the one where it's
Freddy
just like
Robert
him with his hat down, so you
Yes.
don't really see
Yeah.
the face?
Yeah.
So Robert
That's-
Englund owns, as far as
Makes
I'm
sense.
concerned,
I have-
his
yeah.
Freddy. So I mean, I don't blame him. The man is Freddy. Let's just be real. If I was that character for 30 years, I would like to, own mine. Like, hey, look, that's me. I did this. I'm going to keep it.
Speaking of Freddy, did you boys watch Dylan's New Nightmare?
No, I haven't
No, I
watched
have
it
not.
yet.
Okay, never mind then.
Was it good?
I watched half of it, and what I watched so far, I really enjoy. And I was only watching on my phone, but it was one of those. No, I need to watch this on my TV because the acting feels really good. It really makes me want to watch New Nightmare just because this is a sequel to New Nightmare, and
Ooh.
that's where I'm going to leave it at that.
Fair enough.
Like, it's 30 minutes long, and like I said, I got probably like 12 to 15 minutes into it, and I was definitely digging it.
Okay.
So I would highly suggest it for sure. And then maybe next week we could talk about that.
Oh yeah.
I know
All right.
Brody watched it. He said, "Yeah, oh, there you go." Brody said it wasn't too bad. It's a fan film. You know what I mean? So it you can't judge it based off of normal movie quality, but as for fan film quality, I would say fucking top notch, dude. It's Womp Stop though, so you know what I mean. They're going to come in with a lot better caliber than other ones.
Won't mention any names.
That shall not
just
be
talking about
mentioned.
Yeah,
I was talking about those two yesterday, actually, in my other group chat. A buddy of mine was like, "Hey, can you list all the Friday?" He's young. He's like in his early 20s. He's like as old as my son. He's like, "Hey, can you list me all the Friday the 13th movies in order?"
Sure.
And I'm like, Friday the 13th, 1 through 8, Goes to Hell, Jason X. I was like, and then Freddy versus Jason if you want to watch it, and the remake. I was like, and if you want to get even further into it, there's fan films, but the best ones to watch, go watch the Womp Stomp one. So I told him about Never Hike Alone. But I told him if he wanted cheese, he could go watch those other ones.
Like Vengeance.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say the name, but.
You know what, man? I'll watch Vengeance over fucking Voorhees.
Oh, definitely.
yeah.
Or he
And then, what was the other one there?
Roseblood.
I didn't even watch
Oh
that.
yeah.
Dude. I didn't watch that at all.
No.
I hate myself for putting myself
That was the
through
one where Michael shows up at the end, right?
For no reason.
Spoilers! Wait, that was supposed to be part 7, part 2, right?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically.
Part 7.5. Yeah, no, there's so many of them, dude. So many of them out there. But no, this Dylan's New Nightmare seems solidly made, and I can't wait to finish it. And then following up with that Womp Stomp, dude. Well, in a little bit more than a month, we are going to be getting finally Never Hike It Alone 2.
I'm excited. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, and I'm excited that it's not going to be a 2 and 3 part movie like it originally planned. It was just like, okay, we're going to wrap this shit up in one movie. It's like, good. That's what I want. Like, prolonging it's cool, but you know what I mean? Like, it's always going to
say you're welcome.
It
basically
that, and it's going to be harder and harder to continually make and to press out long. You know what I mean? Like, that other one was such an underground, came out of nowhere, fucking like, what is this? But now you're established, so.
That first one came out like, what, 4 years ago?
2017, 2018?
2018.
So, yeah.
So 5 years. Wait, was it 2018?
It was like October 2018, maybe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Crazy, right?
I didn't see it until 2019, so.
Holy shit.
Because Gallo had a Never Hike Alone event in October 2019 where he played part 6 and then Never Hike Alone. It's fucking awesome. He's doing it again this October 13th with Never Hike Alone 2. And I asked him, I'm like, yo, dude, are you doing the whole shebang where you're showing like the music video, like the ghost cut where it's the music video and Never Hike in the Snow and then part 2? And he says he's still not sure yet, but I was like, dude, just do it all. Do the whole just fucking schmear. It'd be awesome. Yeah. Because I'm like, the ghost cut's like, what, an hour and a half? I go in the new movie's an hour and a half. I go, that's not bad. It's like 3 hours.
That's right.
So, fuck yeah, dude. But anything else, nerdy boys? Or I'm ready to wrap this shit up. So.
Yeah, I'm ready to wrap this up. Put the kids to bed.
Cool.
I gotta go shower.
Bob, start us off then, bud.
She's killing me singing Bobby Amon saying, we'll see you next week when we go to hell, and we'll see you there. Have a good week.
This is your host with the Ghost, Prince of Paranormal, the Duke of the Dead, Lord Scuba Cobra, saying, I'll see you next week with my Necronomicon.
Woo, yeah.
Dark Lord of Knowledge, your Chad Daddy, all the way down in the Chattahoochee, saying, maybe I'll be here next week, maybe I won't. Depends on how we schedule this out. So either way, most of us are going to hell next week.
That's right. Yeah. A little thunder, a little lightning. And I'm your Fluff Master Supreme, Big Johnny D, saying thank you once again, Gorehounds, for joining us for an awesome episode. And remember, stay fresh, cheese bags.
Dave Grohl got his dick sucked by Raimi.